No idea.
And we are live.
Alright. Welcome back to Stewardvale. Last we left off, the group had returned triumphantly to the Dancing Minotaur with 4 barrels of amber mead in tow. A group of bandits, headed up by a dragonborn chaplain, had been handily dispatched, and a note found indicating that some group was trying to knock over caravans to amass wealth and trade items for some nefarious purpose, the nature of which we still do not know. The note contained a crudely drawn map leading to a farmhouse where we assume they're storing their goods, and was signed with a golden claw, similar to the one atop the razor claw staff that the chaplain was carrying. Morning has risen. You are all feeling the effects from the party that Uncle Steve threw you last night, but nothing you haven't dealt with before. You're all in your respective homes. Riswin and Marcia, you're in your little apartment above the shops on Main Street. Ruckus, you're in your converted masonry workshop with the high ceilings. And Clank, you're in your standing corner at the tavern. You guys have a few hours before you gather at the Minotaur to decide what to do next, so if there's anything that you'd like to take care of on your own in town first, you may go ahead.
It was a good party.
Mm-hmm. Clank is not able to partake in most of the party things, but he still enjoyed himself.
That's good.
Okay, so in that silence, I'm going to assume that you guys don't really feel like doing too terribly much in the morning.
We're all hungover. We're hungover.
There you go. And you're
Clank
going
effects are hanging over to fit into the group.
Fair enough.
Clank's with us many mornings.
You did take enough of a beating last time that maybe your gears are a little, not
Marcia
so...
eventually limps over to the tavern.
There's a fan! Okay, so you guys meet at the Minotaur.
Lightweights.
And as per usual, there's Uncle Steve, and despite it being way earlier than the tavern would open, and him being the last person there last night, still greets everyone with a jolly smile and a come in, and goes behind the bar and starts polishing glasses that you're sure he's polished already, but that's all right. That's where he likes to stand.
That's why he's the boss.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys were saying that you found a note on the party, on one of the people that tried to ambush you yesterday. Do you guys still have that around?
Yeah. It's somewhere in my pack. Let me just find it. Rummage. Here you go.
We stored it in Clank's storage compartment.
So Uncle Steve takes the note, he reads it, and there's a bit of and and I see. He goes by the bar and he rummages some of his own papers, comes up empty-handed, goes back and hands it back to you and goes, well, we got what we came for, and we're able to keep the bar running. We've got the mead that we need. But I get the feeling from this that this is more than just, the one set of bandits along that road. What do you guys think about trying to track these guys down?
Well, there's a crude map on there. We were thinking we could go check out that farmhouse.
Mm-hmm. Well, fair enough. You guys can take the day if you want to go check that out.
Yeah, if that sounds...
2 days with the B crew. Can this place support that?
We'll be back tonight.
A very large vehicle.
Earthquake!
I'm sure the Minotaur can survive another day without its primary crew. It'll be okay. I mean, I have run this place for darn near 20 years, so we can take another day.
All right, I'll try and be back by this evening.
Yeah. At this point, we can at least try to figure out what there is out here. I spoke to the guards, but they didn't seem interested in doing anything about it.
I don't think they have the manpower.
They didn't seem resourced enough to do anything about it.
I mean, did you see how Guardman Hicks looks?
Poor Guardman Hicks.
He looks like hell warmed over.
Warmed over?
You ever heard that expression?
No.
It's an expression.
It's an expression.
Fair enough.
A robot expression.
Expression has been entered
Robots
into
have
this world.
expressions?
I've said too much.
Only this one.
That's right. Over 300 years, I've acquired but one expression.
Is he glowering? He's glowering, isn't he?
No, that's his happy glower.
Okay, so Uncle Steve seems satisfied if you guys decide to take off, and he goes back to polishing his glasses and whatnot. So, you guys, how are you going to start off? The map seems to indicate something about a farmhouse. There are farms just outside the wall.
Does it indicate the relative position of this farmhouse?
Not really. You got a sketch of a farmhouse. You've got random sketch of the old oak tree, and there's just sort of markers like that maybe somebody out in the farming district might recognize some of these markers. You guys, you're not terribly sure.
Well,
Is there... Sorry, go ahead.
let's track down some peasants and ask them some questions.
That's basically what I was going to say.
All right.
I'm like, do we know
agree.
old man Jenkins in the area? You know what I
Time
mean?
to club some farmers.
All right. Well, this.
No, we don't beat the information out of the farmers. We're not Jim.
We're not here to pray. We're here to ask questions.
Okay. So, skill challenge. Find the farmhouse.
Woo!
Woo, skill challenge. Okay, so you guys start off. You head south through the main gate. You head out into farming territory with the. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna need dice tonight.
You got some there if you want.
Oh. Okay, my dice didn't affect.
Do you want some of mine? I have like 3 sets.
Yes.
There are dice under there too.
Yeah.
Lots of
Probably
dice.
some of them are yours.
There we go. My dice.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Okay, so we're going to say that this is, complexity-wise, we're going to say it's 3 on a scale of 5, so moderate complexity, because you guys know it's somewhere, or it's probably somewhere around the farms of Stewardvale, I guess, because it looks like a farmhouse. And it probably isn't the next province over. But other than that, you don't really have terribly much to go on. You'll have to rely on your resourcefulness in terms of what you can get for information. So, that's not a... actually, that'll work. Sure.
Divide by 2.
Yes. Okay. Marzia,
Yep.
you're up first. What are you going to do to try and find this farmhouse that you guys are
I'm
looking
gonna
for?
streetwise and ask random people I meet on the street that look like farmers.
Excuse me, sir. You look like a pumpkin.
I happen to know where this is.
Got some buckwheat in his teeth.
Yeah.
One of the suspenders is unbuttoned.
That's right. The straw hat, the blade of grass in the mouth.
So,
Wow, you insult their mothers, don't you?
No, my streetwise isn't that bad. It's 17.
oh, geez, okay.
Oh, I thought that was a 2. I was even like,
No, that's
how the hell did you get a 17 out of a 2? Holy shit, your skills are amazing. She's nude, that's just it. They're just like, she can't insult them if she tried.
So you guys head south and then over to the east of the town a little bit. You come upon a farmhouse, and there's an old farmer out front, and you approach him and go, "Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if you'd be able to help us out. We're trying to find a certain farm." And you show him the note, and he looks at that and goes, "Oh, well, that tree looks like old Joe's tree over on the west side. Yeah, you're looking for old Joe's farmhouse. It's way west of here. You take the path and you go off to the west," and he sort of points in the direction and sort of gives you an idea of where to go.
old man directions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you go over there a ways, and then you hang a right, and you go down there a piece, and then it should be right down there a little bit.
I thank him for his troubles.
Y'all come back.
Y'all come
Damn it,
back
Jed.
here.
So, success. Okay, so you guys head off in that direction. You're walking for a little bit, and Rizwin. Okay, so you're still trying to track down what the old man said, but his directions were kind of vague. So you're still tracking this place.
How well do I know the area, per se?
Fairly well. Well, actually, no. You just came into town not too long ago, right? According to your backstory, so you wouldn't know the farmlands as much because you don't have terribly much reason to be out there. You know,
Might have made a delivery.
yeah. You know your cardinal directions. You know a couple of different farm plots if you've had reason to go there, but you wouldn't know where old Joe's place is off the top of your head.
Okay. I guess it'd be under nature to try to look at the past to get an idea of where the bearings and where we're heading towards type thing.
Yeah.
To get an idea of
Spot
where
the
to
landmark.
go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What the landmark is, the tree exactly we're talking
Yes,
about.
that would definitely be nature. You could
Okay.
definitely be looking at that and
Yeah.
trying to
I
compare
will-
what you see to what you've heard.
I will try that.
Okay.
Oh, I like this die. That is a 22.
Okay, so you guys make your way over to the west of town. You go across a couple of farm plots, and then Riswin goes, "That tree right there. That's got to be it. It looks. I mean, you know, a couple of years have changed, but that's got to be the tree." So you find the tree, and you're looking around, but you don't see a farmhouse. But you've definitely found that tree, so it's got to be around here somewhere. Clank.
Well, with my extensive knowledge of history, I'm going to try and harken back to ancient times and try to remember what this place was like sometime in the past. So I have those memories.
Okay.
So I will attempt to do a history check to try and locate some memory of this area. Damn. 21.
If you rolled a 1, I was going to go 404.
Okay, now this place has changed a lot in 300-ish years since you've last come around. You can't tell by the tree, but what you can definitely tell by is the lay of the land. Because, you know, despite there being farms here now where there were no farms here before, the farmers can't move a lot of land around. You know, they have very
I'm going
primitive
to move
tools.
this hill.
Exactly. You know, they're not pulling out bulldozers here. We're talking medieval times. So you're looking around and you can see, you know, where the hills go up and down. And yeah, last time you were here, I think there were trees, but I am absolutely sure that it's got to be between these three sets of hills. So you're darn close to where this is, but you can't see the house yet. So you're walking around. You're sort of walking around the area, and you're absolutely sure it's here somewhere. Rugus.
Being an orc and having extensive knowledge of rudely drawn maps,
I'll allow that.
Really like to roll on orc.
I'm going to use my perception to notice the obvious penmanship of the "this many ticks" means that's how far you run.
Okay. All right. We'll see what that.
Looking at the map,
That does.
that's nonsense.
That's
19.
crazy talk.
19.
Pretty much the equivalent of raiding directions.
Crazy fracking orcs.
32 and a half clicks to the east. How the hell did you get that from the map? It says it right there in orc. That is an ink smudge. Like I said, in orc.
All right. So
Oh dear lord.
with your
Fantastic.
Amazing.
equally impressive skills, you you head over and over the next ridge, you see a barn. Now it's not a farmhouse, but where
I give up. That's
where there's a barn, there's
You've
definitely
obviously
a
took a left
farmhouse.
turn to Albuquerque.
Okay.
From there, clank.
So we spotted the barn.
You've spotted a barn. You know there's a farmhouse here somewhere.
Well, they've been gathering random crap in pretty much scooping up anything they can. So I'd like to make an Arcana check to try and detect anything magical in the area, and hopefully that'll let us sort of beat in on the direction of what may be a treasure haul.
Tree loot.
I get a strong sense of magic from your stupid club.
It's an awesome club.
That is a
I'll have you know.
13.
13, okay. Alright, so the barn is a barn, but through the barn it looks like there's a glow out on the other side. Something over there has got something magical going on. You're not sure what it is, but it definitely seems like maybe you might want to check it out.
All right, I don't know about this, but there's some sort of magical energy on the other end of the barn. I suggest we approach with caution.
Stealth it is.
Clank, clank, clank.
The stealthiest.
Marzia.
Marzipan.
My stealth is not great.
You don't have to use stealth. You can do whatever you want. You can approach with singing.
Sneak your way.
On the other side of the barn.
Just humble peasants.
Yeah. No, I'm still gonna try and stealth.
You're going to try and stealth?
Yeah.
In terms of finding the farmhouse?
To make my way around the farmhouse.
Around the barn to...
Yes.
In the direction of the magic that I indicated.
Yes.
Okay.
In order to not be taken by surprise.
Fair enough, I suppose.
9. I am singing the whole way.
Yeah, so you guys try to sort of sneak your way around the barn, but then the floor, the ground in front of the main barn doors is covered in hay, and you trip over a rake. And you trip over the rake into a cart, you knock the cart over, the cart knocks another sort of stand of tools over, the tools go clang, 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 and you guys are making a hell of a racket. If you were trying...
I mean, you guys.
It's clearly the elf.
Yep,
Either way, if you were trying to be subtle about this,
I shouldn't have
you're
been singing my
definitely
own
not.
sneaking
You're
theme
definitely not.
Yeah, you cronked
succeeding
it.
in
You
being
cronked it good.
I did.
Ruckus. You see Marzia making quite the ruckus.
Right. Athletics rushing. Just straight front.
Beeline for it?
Yep.
Okay.
If they didn't hear that, they're gonna hear this.
So,
21.
yeah. Okay, so as you guys, round the barn and pick up Marzia, you see not too far in the distance, maybe a kilometer hence, not even, you can definitely see a farmhouse. And it looks like the farmhouse on the map, and there's another tree that, despite the fact that we were absolutely sure it was that other tree, this tree looks exactly like that tree. It could be its like magical twin tree. But you guys see it, and Ruckus just takes off towards it, and he's just taking off running. So you guys have found the farmhouse. Congratulations.
Hurrah! Hurrah! What do you mean we, white man?
Okay, so the farmhouse is actually a fairly large building, only one story, but it's got a big old sort of veranda out front, and looks sort of large enough that you would, house a decent-sized family to work the farmland. But it's pretty run down. You can see that there are shingles hanging off, like they're wooden, interlock wooden shingles. The shingles are hanging off. There's, rot on the sides near the bottom where the foundation is.
Somebody has not been putting their 14 children to work properly.
Yeah, and
Disappointing.
And the strange thing is,
Wobble house.
What? Yes, Wobble House, or as the Australians would say, Bogan House, I believe. So, and as you look around, the yard's not been kept. The weeds are up to here. The place has obviously not been used in quite a while.
Not by farmers, anyways.
Well, not by farmers anyway.
Lazy farmers, maybe.
Maybe.
There's nothing really.
Dirt farmers.
Dirt farmers.
There's nothing really growing on the main path up to the house, but you can't tell if that's because people have been walking on it or just because nothing has grown there in ages.
So, am I still sensing that magic from somewhere in this area?
That house is glowing, as far as you can tell. If not the house itself, something inside that house is definitely giving off arcane magical signals.
I suggest we stop for a second because that house is intensely magical. Does anyone else have Arcana trained?
I do.
Okay, so
Now, I wouldn't necessarily call it like super magical, but
it's
definitely
it's more magical than the average house, which is not magical at all.
Exactly.
More
Yes, it
magical
is.
than the average bear.
more
house
magical
to be
than the
magical.
average magical summoned bear.
There's definitely something weird about that house.
Dun dun dun.
23 Arcana.
Damn you, magic house.
Is it a
Yeah.
gazebo?
So you see the same thing that Frank sees. You see that this house, while the house itself is not exuding magic, and you don't think that it's the home of some big powerful wizard, there's definitely a glow to it. Something magical's been happening
Magics
here at
are
some point.
inside the farmhouse?
They're inside.
You burn it down to get to the magic.
No.
All right. So you guys have found the house. What do? You found that it's slightly magical and that it looks dilapidated.
And we don't. It's not like we don't get the impression that there's like magic coming from an illusion or something like that would
Nope.
be disguised in the house or.
No, doesn't it? It might have.
Ruckus is charging already.
Are you going to blast down the front door?
Yes, I'm an orc. This is like prime raid and pillage. This is like in his
A
blood.
dilapidated farmhouse is prime rated.
Damn right.
He's gone into primal orc mode.
He just heard that there was magic something or other on the inside.
Not a very good orc. That's why they kicked him out and made him a chef.
No, he saw spices around the side of the house, and the best way to get to them is through the house.
Magical spices are really, really rare.
Exactly. He's got to, fry up that friggin' drake somehow. Magical spices.
Is that enchanted saffron?
Okay.
Oh, the best was to get to cook with it. And ruckus. Why?
Okay, so Ruckus, upon hearing, maybe not even caring that there's magic inside, it doesn't matter. He was at a running pace before, and he just doesn't stop. Aims himself right at the front door, puts his head down, and
Ruckus train.
smash! The door flies off its hinges because I'm not even going to have him roll for that because it's Ruckus in a dilapidated house. The door just flies off its hinges, and if there was anybody in there that hadn't heard you before, they definitely know you're there now. You finally, come to a rolling stop kind of thing on the inside of the house, and you look around, and as far as you can tell, there's no one currently here, but this doesn't look like it's been a farmhouse recently. So, waiting for friends
What does
to
it
catch
look
up.
like to be? I approach with caution.
Right.
Draw my sword and approach with caution.
At a healthy jog.
Right. So you guys enter into the house. It looks.
Scanning.
So the first thing that you notice is on the ground of all the furniture and whatnot has just been jammed off to one side.
By Ruckus.
Not by Ruckus. Although there is a door and a screen door kind of laying on the ground with hinges and little wood bits of frame around it. That stuff is lying on the ground. But the rest of the furniture in the house, the kitchen table, the stuff that was in the living room, that's all jammed up against one side of the house. And on the dirt ground of the inside of the house, it's a fairly poor farmhouse, there's some sort of ritual circle. And you can see in the middle there was some sort of they had a fire going, not entirely sure what's going on there. And it's quite obvious there are sort of melted piles of wax where you could surmise there might have been candles at some point. And you can tell that somebody in here has been doing something.
It smells like rituals in here.
Yeah.
Salt and burn the bones.
It's not
Yeah.
supernatural.
Oh, darn.
Bronco.
Salt and burn the people.
There you
You just
go.
want to salt everything.
Makes it tasty.
Salt and pepper the bones.
Yes. And then roast them into soup.
Okay. So, does anybody with Arcana want to try and figure out what's going on in here?
Arcana.
And does anybody without Arcana want to look around for anything else?
Ruckus is looking around for some other stuff. Primarily spices, but whatever he finds.
20.
20 Arcana. Nice.
12, because I rolled a 1.
12%. Sorry.
You have plus 12
8.
to our.
No,
plus 11.
he's looking for something else. So what were you using
8%.
as a
Just look. Perception, yeah.
Yeah,
So
space
8.
perception. Okay, and Riswan doesn't care too much?
No, she's just gonna stay back just in case something pops out at us.
Okay.
Readying her axe.
Readying an axe. Okay, fair enough. So, I'll start with... Because you guys both rolled... Okay, I'll start with what...
I get distracted by the candles.
You can tell that somebody was definitely performing a ritual here, and that it wasn't terribly long ago, but you're not really terribly sure what they were up to but you can tell that it's not dangerous right now. So, if you kick the dirt and accidentally disrupt the magic circle, it's not going to explode on you or anything.
Okay.
But that's about as far as you get. Clank, with your much better roll,
Clank
you can
knows.
tell that these rituals were sort of snuffed out in a hurry.
Perhaps when an orc was rampaging towards the building, or a marzipan was tripping all over.
Perhaps, yes.
Not like last week they were snuffed out in a hurry, is what I'm trying to establish.
Right.
Like 5 minutes ago.
But at most a day.
Okay.
It's definitely been less than 24 hours. You can tell by looking at the ash.
Still warm.
Well, you look at the ash. You know that something was
wax is
burning
still
here
partially liquid.
within a few hours. You know that that's going on. The other thing that you do find though is you recognize some of the scrawling. I don't want to say letters, but ancient writing inside the ritual circle. You know that they were up to something draconic.
Ooh.
You're not 100% sure what draconic, but you definitely know that there's something draconic.
By the way, did you decide what languages I know?
I haven't finished reading.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure if it was relevant.
Draconic, yes or no?
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's like literally the draconic language, but it is rituals associated with dragons, dragonkind,
okay.
the worship of
The word dragon
chromatic
is in there
dragons,
a
or the
bunch
worship of
times.
Tiamat, or the worship of Bahamut. And anything along these terms, you know that this is the kind of thing going on here.
Okay.
So you suspect maybe dragon worshippers or, something along those lines.
Well, I see the dragon trend continues.
Yep.
Jim, what did you roll on your search?
8.
You rolled an 8 on your search.
Ah, la, 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 la.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if he's not gonna, if basically for searching, if he's not contested, you can pretty much just assume 20. Like, unless there's something magically hidden or something like that, you sort of just like, there's no challenge to it. If like he doesn't have like 2 minutes to find it, he's gonna search everything.
Okay.
Is how you can usually do it.
If there's no apparent threat.
If there's no rush.
Yeah, like if you had one of these, like you need to find this trap door. You're pretty sure there's a trap door. You've got 10 seconds. Then the roll matters because it's
Right,
like
okay.
You have to find this explosive.
Yeah, but if otherwise, if it's like
Yeah.
unless it's one of these things that is like you've definitely got something like I don't know, like there's a hidden panel,
Right.
and you need a thievery check of X to find it.
I can do thievery.
Okay. Ruckus, are you going to raid the kitchen?
Yes.
I think we can say by
If
default
there's a
that
kitchen,
if there's a
It's
kitchen-
rated.
In fact, if there's anything, it's rated. He's
Yes.
an orc.
Yes.
So as you go through the kitchen looking for anything you can find that would be of cooking use, you don't find much of any real use for cooking. But when you pull open one of the drawers, what you do find is a few pages of parchment. One of which is signed with the same symbol that you guys recognize from the note,
Claw or whatever it was.
the golden claw. Yes, and so
Golden claw.
you read it out. It is in common.
No, I
And-
don't. I sniff it and I hand it off to the Warforged.
Fair enough.
he's better with the reading.
You handle the cooking. I handle the reading.
Fair enough.
I can read. There's just no point to read this.
Scanning.
Reading.
Scanning.
You read You read enough to know that it's not a recipe. You're uninterested. You hand it off to Clank.
Correct.
Okay, Clank.
I read the note.
You read the note. Okay.
Scanning.
There are it's actually a series of notes. One of which is instructions as to where to hit caravans along the paths. So you recognize the spot on the path where you guys were ambushed on your way to the Abbey.
It's an inside job.
And you also recognize a spot north of...
Are these like prime tactical spots, or are they? This caravan will be here at this time. Like, how is it?
It is actually fairly specific that caravans come through this passage on these intervals.
Okay, so it's not from a like. There's a bluff here. Tactically, it's wise. You can approach quietly. It's like somebody knows the system.
Somebody knows the system, and also, there's a sort of a brief amount of hit them between these, sort of somewhere between X and Y, where it's wooded. There's not really a very specific...
Don't hit them on the plane.
Yes. Well, you get the impression that this was meant as a set of instructions that an idiot could follow.
I was going to say, like, these are instructions like you could give to a group of orcs.
You could give to a group of grunts of any sort, and they would be like...
Dumb farmers could be like...
I got it.
Right, so between these trees, I kill them.
Right. So,
Cool.
very specifically, you guys have already dealt with one set, but the other set is targeting a caravan coming from the Thogold mines to the north, which are known to mine precious metals, and ship them south towards the port.
What's the name of the mines, sir?
Thogold. Thogold. Thogold mines.
Though gold. Thogold.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually run by...
Yeah, it was named somewhere.
Cambridge City was the big port.
Yeah, Cambridge City is to the south. The Thogold mines are very much to the north.
Yeah.
Did New Days?
Where the bloody hell
There.
did I
Not
put
liking
the
you.
list of... Oh,
Not liking.
so you guys have actually heard of the Thogold mining encampment through just
Being in
people
this valley.
Well, being at the tavern, actually, is people come through and
A lot
stop
of
at the
people come
tavern.
there.
Yeah. So the Thogold mines are run by a dwarf by the name of Thogold Hammerfist.
Is that thing still cooking?
No, it's the water
Oh.
thing for the cat.
I'm like...
Why is this not on him?
What?
Okay.
Because John redid stuff. I need to not unplug it.
Doesn't matter as long as you turn off the heat,
Which
right?
it is.
Yeah, which he did.
Okay, so the note makes two things clear. One is get the precious metals, and two is leave no one alive.
So is there a date or anything like that, or a time frame?
You can't tell, but based on the fact that it talked about the ambush you experienced yesterday, possible today, tomorrow.
Moving forward from now. And where does it...
It's to the north.
No, but I mean, like, is it more specific than that? Like, get them on the way? It just says...
It's basically a forested area between here and here. This is where you can find them. This is where you can hit them. Get the precious. So
They're looking for the One Ring. I see.
So the second thing you find in there, you read it, and if you had blood, it would turn cold. It refers to Uncle Steve by name.
Ooh.
And very simple instructions. Deal with the threat.
Because it's like... There's a hero living in town. You need to take care of him.
Doesn't say terribly much more than that, but it mentions Uncle Steve and the Minotaur. Deal with the threat. So those are what you guys have found. I assume you share this with the group.
Yes, please.
Ow.
We need to know it and never speak of it again.
So Uncle Steve sent over the Minotaur to us, right? So, well, this is some chilling information. If I had blood, it would be running cold, apparently. There are two threats, one of which I think is a little bit more pressing for us. Seems here that they intend to take out Uncle Steve specifically. I propose we head back to the tavern right now and warn him. And then, if there's time, we can worry about the mine.
Well, this is definitely worrying evidence.
I'm already on my way back to the tavern.
Yeah.
There's that. Once you said Uncle Stephen in
Let's-
trouble, Richmond's gone.
Let's hurry back.
Yep.
Ruckus is just to shake his head. Whatever can take him out will probably beat the living crap out of us. Alright,
Right, but what if they attack him by stealth?
Think of it as a challenge.
then I would be very surprised.
Frankly, darling, I'm surprised.
Frankly, I'm surprised.
Okay.
Of course, the dwarf can't run that fast.
It's okay, I'll pick up the dwarf.
That way.
Well, didn't we say that she used me as like a battle platform or something like that?
Yep.
So yes, as she's tearing off, I'm like calmly lumbering towards her on my way by. Clunk,
Pick her.
clunk, clunk.
Because you move slightly faster.
I do need
Fair
to
enough.
check actually to see what my movement speed is. I assume it is 6.
I would assume the same thing, but I don't actually have your character sheet here.
Down. There.
There it is. Yeah, speed 6.
They do those. The trail markers. Flip them.
Oh,
Bother me.
fair enough. Well, I'll rearrange them
I know.
if you guys get into battle.
She just wants to see the drawings.
Yes.
The pretty drawings.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you guys are heading back to the tavern, figuring that there's an imminent threat against Uncle Steve.
If he's forewarned, we can pretty much not worry about him because,
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't remember his name. Ruckus said
he can take care of
he
himself.
can take care of himself. It's just if somebody firebombs the tavern or something like that, you
Right.
know, like he's not going to be able to. He wouldn't necessarily be prepared for something like that.
Yes. If he's aware of the threat,
Exactly.
Fair enough.
it's
They will feel a severe beating coming to them.
They'll feel some serious wrath.
All right, so you guys pick it up. You head back. You're making the quickest time you can because now you're not, meandering around in farmers' fields. You can see
Yeah, we go overland.
We go straight
whatever's
to
most
town.
efficient.
whatever's most direct route. You're making good time. A couple of farmers are yelling, "Hey, get off my land!" You guys don't care. You're bolting.
it's an emergency.
Yes, one good growl from Ruckus.
How
and the
is
farmers
Uncle
just-
Steve regarded in the
Community.
community?
Very well.
Yeah. So
Very
if anyone gives us any shit, we'll use his name. We'll be like, Uncle Steve's in danger.
Solomon Kaltos!
Well, what are you waiting for? Go!
My guy can't steal a horse, so he's just gonna keep going.
Can't steal a horse.
Well, he's a huge fucking robot. What horse could bear him?
I suppose that's true.
Really big war horse.
Like a 300-pound robot, 7 feet tall. It's like
that you get a 2,000-pound war horse made of cogs and steel. Jeez.
that would probably be more expensive than I could afford.
Okay, so
It's doable.
you guys are going. Doesn't matter. When the farmers hear, Uncle Steve issue, go. So those recognize his name because he's well regarded in the Vale. There's absolutely no secret that he was an adventurer because the songs that the bards have written about him have been sung at every drinking hole and establishment in this province.
Right.
And well along the way, they're
Give
well
it a nod,
requested
yeah.
songs. Everybody knows the stories. Of
Yeah,
him.
he's a local living hero,
living
kind
hero,
of.
Yes, absolutely, yes. So you guys, you get up, you're heading up the main street, and you think the worst could be happening. You have no idea. You run, you get to the tavern, and amazingly, the tavern's intact. Okay, fine. You run in, and you find Uncle Steve polishing glasses, and he
thank
doesn't seem
goodness.
terribly. Doesn't seem terribly. You guys are back quick. Did you find the farmhouse?
We did.
Show him the notes. Show him the notes.
I calmly pull up the note, and we thought you should see this one first.
Uncle Steve takes the note and he looks at it and goes,
5% off
Huh.
next sub.
Sorry, that's my recipe for tacos and discount coupons. It's in here somewhere.
he takes it and he goes, "Huh, well, that makes a bit of sense then." And he hands it back.
And did we look around and see like a bunch of bodies strewn all around the tavern or something?
No. Seeing your confused looks and worried expressions, Uncle Steve goes on to explain that a group of surly-looking folks came by, one dragonborn and a couple of humans. They were robed and covering their heads kind of thing. Because a dragonborn would definitely turn heads in this town.
Right, and they're not.
Yeah.
They're regarded as not just like the other, but specifically they're known to be like evil and
Yes, bad news.
bad dragon worshippers. Not
Yes.
just like, what's that? It looks like some kind of weird dragon man.
Yes, exactly. So he explains that a group came by and attempted to threaten him, and basically to tell him to leave town if he knew what was good for him. And Uncle Steve, did one of these. I've been here for 25 years. I've run this town since you were a wormling. I'm telling you. And he just basically told them to take a hike. And
I had none on my belt.
yeah, pretty much.
Style up the tongue.
Right. But he basically explains to you guys that, he chased them off, and actually, since you guys have been gone, he started asking questions around town about these guys. And what he has found out is that he doesn't know who they are or what they want. They definitely seemed to mean business when they told him to get out of town, but he's not going to go anywhere. If they want him out, they're going to have to get him out. But one of the guards, a fairly overworked fella that you guys may have run into before, did mention
Guard Hicks. Yeah, Guard Hicks.
Did mention that he saw them in the area of town where the storage buildings and the warehouses are, and he's fairly sure that they've got something going on over there.
To the warehouse district.
We need to pay them a visit. Let's go, Clank.
Come, dwarf buddy.
I am now your hat.
Uncle Steve says, that's all fine and good, but I think they're just punching above their weight level because, the guards are a little, spread a little thin and the Duke's out of town. I wouldn't worry about them too much. I'd worry about those poor people in the caravans on this other note if I were you guys.
Well, are you going to take care of the guys in the warehouse district? Or?
If they come by.
They were doing rituals and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem to be, fairly serious. I showed him the other note, too, which I had not yet shown him.
They had candles.
You said this one first. I thought you
and
handed the book.
incense and the drool on the floor.
I see. He looks slightly more concerned, but
yeah,
still...
they're not your average,
nonchalant.
just like... street ruffians.
He still seems to think that they're just a bunch of thugs that are going around bullying people because of the lack of guards. But he tells you, if you want to go over there, you're welcome to. But I'll ask you guys to be careful. No sense getting you guys into trouble if you're not needing it. So
well.
So basically,
the guards seem to be aware of this situation already.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could stop into the guardhouse on our way, see if they have the situation in hand, and deal with it if necessary. But otherwise, certainly we need to alert the guards about the threat to the caravan, see if they can do anything. Although, having seen the strength of their forces, I think perhaps not.
They're spread really thin right now. We may have to take matters into our own hands. Vigilante justice.
So yes, Uncle Steve's basically leaving you guys the choice. You can go in either direction and help either group, but he's not terribly concerned too much about it.
Well, we can present our new evidence to the guards and go from there.
Okay, so you guys make your way.
Head back towards the guardhouse and see if we can get in to see
The captain.
Guard Captain Arroway.
So you guys make your way up towards the castle. You know where the guardhouse is. Clank has visited it recently. So you head in, and sure enough, when you get in there, Deputy Captain of the Guard, Lucas Arroway, is sitting at his desk, again, frantically, rustling about, obviously stressed about something. Very, very busy. But he looks up and recognizes Clank, and he goes, "You again? Well, what can I do for you?"
We have further information about the activities of this dragon band.
Dragon band.
Yes, I don't know what. There's some sort of shady rituals going. Do I know enough about where this farmhouse is now to describe it? Like,
you could describe it to a T. You could tell him exactly where to go.
Could I tell him enough that he'd be like, "Oh, that's east of Old Man Jenkins' place," kind of thing? Okay,
you could tell him
I say,
exactly where to go.
We found dragon rituals at the home of wherever the place is.
Old
Describe
Bill's place.
We had a bunch of piddly thugs try to threaten Uncle Steve and try to kick him out of town, which of course didn't work. And now apparently one of your guards has spotted the same thugs, right? Or similar thugs.
Yeah.
Lurking about in the warehouse district, and we're concerned they may be planning something. In addition, I show them the letter. It seems like they're about to hit the caravan coming in from where the fuck that mining town was. I wrote it down.
Gold mines.
Gold mines. and we're fairly concerned that might be happening, perhaps right now. And Klein just sort of like delivers this all in like a strict monotone of like, so these guys are gonna die, and these guys are gonna die, and the warehouse district is full of robot killing machines. And Uncle Steve has been threatened. There was a draconic ritual. It was located in the following area. Just like very precise, exact details.
Matter of fact,
delivered in just sort of like dry monotone, like, and he's just like.
And you guys aren't trying to speed things up any. You're not jumping in with like, frantic. Oh my god! You gotta.
I am interrupting once in a while to clarify some things.
All right, fair enough. So Deputy Captain Arroway looks at you guys and goes, "Well, this is very disturbing to know that all these things may be going on. But I'm sorry, we're just too busy. We're too overstaffed.
Overstaffed?
Or understaffed.
Sorry, we're overflowing with guardsmen here. We don't know what to do.
Maybe you should give
overworked,
Guardsman Hicks a break.
Guardsman Hicks is one of the best guards on this duty. I need him at his post. He is invaluable where he is.
He's a nice guy.
I'll give you that. So, Deputy Captain Arroway basically says he can't spare anyone, and that you guys are going to have to.
So whose responsibility would it be to protect this caravan? Is this one of these like it's the responsibility of the mining company kind of thing until it gets to the town?
Yep.
And then.
Yep. Basically
So he has no actual responsibility. I mean, the Duke would not have. He'd have a responsibility to do something about it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's happening around his lands.
Yeah.
If the Duke and the Knights were in town, they might make a show of force, or
So the Duke doesn't control the mine.
Duke does not control the mines. His land does not go up that far. The
Okay.
mines, the mining encampments are independently owned.
He controls the means of distribution.
I thought he had the. I thought the Duke had the
road.
whole valley. Okay, all right.
Or if he does, he's sort of leased out the land in deed to people who want to mine it.
Okay.
But
So he may be the titular owner kind of thing, but that's about all right.
Yeah.
But the defense.
But in
belongs.
terms of the folks in the warehouse district, Commander Arroway says that. I mean, if they actually do attack somebody or cause trouble in the town, which they haven't done yet, then he'll be the first to try and act on it. But right now they're spread so thin that he has a hard time just keeping up the regular daily patrols, the ones that spotted the ruffians that you guys are talking about, and that he can't spare a group to actually go hunting warehouse to warehouse to try and figure it out. What he does do, though, is he rummages through the papers on his desk, and he finds the report that was brought in from the guard that saw these ruffians, and hands it over to you guys and says, "This is what we've got. If you want to go have a look, if you find anything that was a threat to the city, there may be a reward in it for you. But we can't check it out right now." And on the report, sure enough, it does indicate pretty clearly where the warehouse that these guys were found lurking about is. So you guys are back to your original decision of, do you go to the warehouse? Do you go up to talk to Mr. Thogold, to see if you want to help him with his caravans? Either way is up to you.
I think we can handle things here in town.
With Uncle Steve alerted.
With Uncle Steve.
I have pretty supreme confidence in his ability to take care. Just out of care, what level would Uncle Steve be approximately? I mean, he's an older gentleman, so he's presumably diminished slightly, but...
Diminished slightly, but in his 30s, him and his group of adventurers are known to have killed a young dragon.
Okay, so he's like level 10 plus dude kind of thing, at least.
He was before he retired 25 years ago. He probably hasn't lost all of...
Yeah. He can handle thugs, and
he
could have wiped out that group of mooks that we killed by himself, kind of thing. All right. Well, you know what? Uncle Steve can handle it around here. I agree. I think we should deal with, like, these guys are alerted to the threat. The guards are at reduced staff, but they're not.
Yeah, and
they're not.
A large part of the livelihood and economic wellness of the town depends on the mines.
Yep, I'm for alerting the.
Ruckus,
Caravan?
Riswin, what do you think? I mean,
Caravan?
Riswin, you've got a big attachment to Uncle Steve. Ruckus, I'm not sure where your priorities lay at this point.
Cooking.
No, I agree with the other ones. I know that he can definitely handle himself if worst came to worst type thing. And if they've got pretty much the interior of the city taken care of in that respect, we could go check out the mines, see what's going on there, make sure everything's okay, and then come back. And if it's getting out of hand, we can come back and deal with whatever's happening in the city.
That works.
Fair.
Jim?
Okay, so you guys make your way north.
Ruckus is just like, I'll go with you guys. I don't care.
Okay, so you guys make your way north. We're going to fast forward the trip to the Thogold mines. Nothing terribly eventful happens on the way there, at least.
How long does it take to get there?
About half a day. It's a good trek up there, but not something where you'd have to rest partway through. So you get up to the Thogold mines and you meet with the gruff headmaster. What is his first name was? Oh, sorry, that was his first name. You meet with the gruff headmaster, Thogold Hammerfist.
Ah, right.
He's a sort of little bit of a surly dwarf, but he doesn't dislike visitors, and but he's right down to business. He's asked you guys, what are you folks doing in these parts? If you're not here to trade, what can I do for you? And we got lots of binding to do, lots of chipping to do.
Lots of chipping, some dancing.
We've explained that we've come across some evidence that his caravans may be threatened by bandits.
Bandits. Well, I haven't heard from my caravans that were due to be back in the last few days. I was starting to get worried, but hadn't really thought terribly much about it.
I produced the letter.
We show him the evidence.
One second.
You may have an administrative problem.
Yes, and
Sorry.
does it appear like someone has inside information from the letter, or was it just sort of like it was vague enough that it was just like, just got him some here between the valley?
No, it basically looked generic enough that the person who wrote it knew that there are mines that produce things here, and they sell the things over there. You want to get them in the middle where they're vulnerable.
There's no like,
you want to
here
do-
at this day, this time, and you'll see the caravan go by. kind of
Right.
thing.
It's just like these mines are sending out caravans every few days.
Sound like
And
So
so-
camp there and get them.
Yeah.
Okay.
make a goose sound and they'll stop.
So
Is one of?
Very
Is he saying
specific.
one of his crews is not reported back yet?
one of his crews has not reported back, but until you handed him the note, he hadn't thought much about it because that's not entirely unheard of. I mean, especially the crews coming back empty-handed for another load. They tend to stop in the Vale and hang out, drink too much, take a few extra days coming back.
So we work in the best bar in town as far as we're concerned.
Right.
I'm going to see if I can get him to describe the people that were on this trip, and maybe we saw them, maybe we didn't, kind of thing.
Maybe we saw
Or
them
maybe
at
we
the
would
bar.
always see them when they would come in, kind of thing.
He describes them to you. Roll it. Just a flat roll.
16.
Okay. He gives a very good description, but you guys don't recognize them as regulars. You haven't really seen them. For all you know, they could be back at the tavern right now drinking it up. You're not sure. So, Thogold Hammerfist, he reads your note, and he studies you guys for a little while. And he basically decides that you're not trying to pull a fast one on him. And he asks you guys for your help. Would you guys help me? Would you escort the next caravan down to the Vale?
Of course, sir.
There'll be...
I ask if there are any remunerations for this service.
Of course. He hands you over...
I figure a dwarf would be willing to pay for a service. He looks like a fellow that knows the value of a hard day's work.
Yeah. He offers you guys a small bag of coins, and also says if you need anything equipment-wise to go see the blacksmith, basically, that he has there that's forging equipment. although the equipment that he's forging doesn't look terribly much better than the stuff you guys have, you appreciate the offer anyway.
Got any recipes for dwarven ale?
Recipes for ale. We don't make ale here. We drink ale here.
You're a dwarf. Your family must have done it at some point.
No, we always just did the mining. We would trade for the ale.
Got any mining gruel recipes?
Mining gruel. No, just what the caravans bring up from the south. We're not terribly picky about what we eat here.
These dwarves look like savages.
Savages. Swipe the money. Go out the door. Waiting.
Clank is just sort of staring at Ruckus like,
You think Clank's staring at us? Sogold is like, the fuck was that?
Eating nothing but crappy stew. Knuckles. Just a bit of spice. Great. As he walks out.
on my way out,
with
I'm going to try and convince Ruckus to maybe he can start a side business providing them with decent meals up here. He could probably make a killing if he got them hooked on his cooking.
Dwarves, though, don't like good stuff. Eat rocks.
Was Allie's character end up being? No, she was an elf. So she was going to be a dwarf at first.
No, she's
I'm a dwarf.
Okay.
I'm an elf.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
thought
dwarf.
that's why I couldn't can't keep track because you guys were like first.
Well, no, because every time I was making a ranger, that's why.
Right.
And I went Avenger, so I went with the Dwarven Avenger.
So there, so you know how to cook for a dwarf. You just need to make.
Yeah, not a mine dwarf.
I'm right here. Right here. Stop looking at my tits. Right here.
That's all there's there.
That's besides the point.
Riswin, you've noticed that ever since you entered the mining encampment, there are a lot of people who've been staring at you, and then when you look towards them, they sort of pretend that they weren't looking at you. You get the feeling that they haven't seen terribly.
There's a lot
many
of beard
female
stroking going on.
Yeah.
I'm feeling uncomfortable. This beard's all going up. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like.
You'd like to get this caravan underway. I get
So when is this next caravan leaving?
We're pretty much ready to leave now.
Oh,
So
convenient.
the-
That sounds fantastic. Let's go with these beards.
So he leads you
Feel
guys
a little
out
uncomfortable.
front. There's,
Stroking intensifies.
No, just stay there one more second.
Almost dead.
So he leads you out front. There's a medium-sized wagon piled with containers of various different sizes, like crates and boxes and barrels and whatnot, strewn with a tarp, pulled by a pair of horses, and you've got two, the sort of mining dwarfs that are getting ready to get underway. Normally, the Vale hasn't been considered to be terribly dangerous, and so
They basically need someone to drive the cart.
yeah, you got
Change the wheel if the wagon throws a.
Yeah.
You got one guy driving the cart, and the other
wheels.
guy who pokes that guy with the stick if he falls asleep, and that's basically it. They haven't sent
They have a
guards.
system.
That's right. They don't send guards. They just send the dwarves that
These dwarves haven't gone to town for a while. We'll send Bill and Steve.
Yeah, as long as they know enough to know what's in their cart is worth. Basically, it's like
Sure, you can have this red rock for like a penny. I don't know. Mining dwarf, go.
so.
Where's the booze?
So you guys get underway. You start heading south again. The sort of mountainous region flattens out a little bit, gives way to forest. The path starts heading through dense forest. And
I'm going to suggest that our ranger, rove around on the
We don't
side.
have a ranger.
We don't have a ranger.
Damn it! I can't keep track of you guys and your damn character changes.
Bard and Avenger.
Bard and Avenger. Fine, there's no ranger.
There's no.
I can go in Rome, but it might end in bloodshed.
You're the closest thing. You have nature, right?
Yes.
There you go. You can roam.
I got nature, it's untrained. But I
send
got
him-
nature.
I
and
send
an
him
axe.
into the woods.
Better than being near these friggin'
I've
beards.
been in the woods.
Damn beards!
I'm gonna try and conceal myself in
Uncivilized dwarf.
in amongst the rocks.
That's the most grumpy orc ever.
here's some space. You gotta put a towel down.
Yes, I'm gonna try in amongst the rocks of the shipment. I'm gonna see if I can secrete myself or something.
Secrete yourself. You're going to go take a whiz?
Da, 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 da,
Okay. So, basically what you're saying is that you're off to the side trying to make it so that if they do come upon trouble, the trouble will notice the caravan and not you? Or...
Yeah, basically like in the caravan is carrying like mining supplies and rocks and stuff like that and whatever. So I'm just sort of like, rather than sort of walking along the side, or I'm sort of gonna just try and sit nice and still and blend in.
I'm gonna sing a song.
I don't
Not blending in.
Tra la 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 la.
I probably know a couple of dwarf ballads.
I would hope so.
Being
After all of our time together.
Yeah, that I can play and keep these two dudes entertained.
Yes. Are they dwarven dudes?
Yeah.
Damn it, more beard
Hi,
stroking.
I'm Marzipan, and this is my guitar, Carol. Say hi, Carol.
Every time.
Ooh, E scale. Nice choice. What about rocking
I
out?
love my instrument plays for me, it's awesome.
I'm a fiercely independent woman, and I'm fiercely independent about the soy products that I choose. Homestar Runner and I are one hot item when I say we are. And today we are not. I like baby animals and cats and dogs.
Every
But
time.
it makes me sad to see cats and dogs in the same room together. Okay, bye. I'm off to the
First time is
protest.
weird.
You
Apparently.
have trouble with the hair, Ali?
Yeah, I'm
Strangely, last time you did that, she said that they were an item.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's different.
It
It's
does
different every
change.
time. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so just give me a sec here to read some stuff.
It's still behind your screen.
Do you suffer from
Okay, I'm gonna need 2 different colors of those
Magic
things.
rocks.
Yeah, magic rocks.
Magic
I have
rocks.
1 set.
There's more here.
And I'm also going to need some sort of figurine. Jim, could you find me something that looks kind of big and
Spooky, scary.
I mean, we're not talking like takes up 4 squares big, but we're talking like
A large.
the guy who goes to the gym too much big.
A bro.
Damn! A bro. Gime?
Do you
What's
even
a
lift?
gime?
Well, if you're gonna say a bro, it's gotta be this guy.
Yeah, that'll work. Just pretend that that sword's a flail.
Sure.
Lenithis, you came back!
He's gonna
Not
save
quite.
everyone. Oh yeah, I glued his hand back on.
You green stuffed his hand. Excellent.
Now there's glue in there too.
Okay, give me a quick sec to just check.
I drilled holes and reinforced it with a little steel bar,
Ooh.
and then glued it, then green stuffed it.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you guys are making your way forward down the path with your caravan, Ruckus, did you take
Yes.
his? Okay, so you went.
It's better than being near the savage dwarves that don't eat well.
Fair enough.
All that beard stroking.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull you guys back.
That's
We're going from this direction
Ah.
that way.
okay.
Okay. And then. So you guys can place yourselves, but put yourself sort of behind this fold.
The crease.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wherever the caravan is. Just
Pretty much.
cunningly concealed inside it.
Assume I'm riding on the back of the wagon or something.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, so you stayed with the caravan? You didn't go off
Yeah, it
to the
was-
side? Okay.
Tucked into
Ruckus
the...
is the one who went off the side.
Okay. So, as you're coming upon that turn,
I was gonna ask if you were number 4 from Kids Next Door. You had the hair.
The hair.
I know.
bangs.
The bangs.
you
Which would be awesome.
see this guy badly sort of try to hide himself behind that little rock. Like you notice him before he notices you, and he's shit. He's like, makes his way behind a rock, tries vainly to reach for cover, but
The giant.
The next verse of my song includes "There's a guy hiding."
There's a guy. He's in the bushes, right up there. Yes, I
Exactly.
see you, jackass.
God, he sucks at hiding.
There's an orc coming straight for him. Wait, what?
Enjoy your pain train sandwich.
nice.
You guys are the best songs.
Woo, best songs ever.
All right. So I'll put that there. Okay, so you know that there are folks up ahead. They're basically a poorly planned ambush. Despite the fact that you saw them first, they have readied weapons and are basically waiting for you guys
Your
to
ambush
come
sucks.
forward.
Try better next time.
Your ambush sucks, and you should feel bad.
Yeah.
Your ambush is bad and you should feel bad.
They rolled so low that they rolled so badly that the lowest of you had a passive insight double or passive perception double what they were doing.
Super obvious.
Yeah, they were like having a meeting in the middle of the path. They're like, "Shit, God, they're coming!"
Oh, who forgot to check the path?
All right, roll initiative.
3.
Give me a sec here. Modify.
Well, strictly speaking, it wasn't modified, but that's because I don't have any modifications to initiative.
Fair enough. Clank's at 3.
17.
Ruckus has 17.
16.
I rolled 15. Just rolled.
Marzia, you said 16?
Yep.
And Risman?
12!
12. I'm just going to click the roll for these guys. Well, they know afterwards, but how much afterwards?
Give her a bob cut, Allie.
Jeez. I really should roll these before the game.
That's why I told you to do it. It saves so much time.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
No worries.
Sorry.
What did you tell him to do?
Roll a bunch of initiatives beforehand
Oh.
and just write them
Nah,
down
get rid
for
of
the
the bob cut.
monsters. Yeah.
Or get rid of the
So
kids
then
next
he
door.
only has to jot down ours and it makes combat go even faster.
Ruckus.
It's a process of learning.
Marzia.
Your process.
I am. Processed cheese.
What?
Those.
Today's not a day where I'm making sense. Hooray! Best day ever.
Today my sister was crazy and I was a pompous ass.
The best day ever.
All right. Got ourselves set up. Okay, so that big guy that dashed behind that rock did a crap job of hiding, but he did a decent job of noticing you guys. So
I was trying to figure out which one was me again. I've forgotten. I'm the
you
Kopesh.
Yeah, you're the Kopesh. We got Riswin here with the wings and the executioner's axe that she used to take that guy's head off last time.
Damn right.
Which was fucking awesome. These guys here are
Fucking A.
various different types
Beers.
of monsters. This is Ruckus with the cry cameras.
Tenderizers.
Yeah,
the
and
tenderizers.
Marzia with the loot made out of the
Smash
sacred
and
tree.
slam. They're not original names, but they do what they're named.
That's what they're there for.
Smash and slam.
Smash and slam.
Good times.
Okay.
Why do you call this one slam?
Oh,
Ball buster! Caught a dwarf one day and we took a mace off of him. For some reason they called it the ball buster. Not sure why.
Why?
So the main guy is going to walk in front and menacingly swing his flail in the middle of the path, basically.
Swing a chain, swing a chain.
I feel so
Okay, Ruckus, you're up.
So, this is very obvious now.
Charge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Suddenly an orc appears.
Well, orc appears.
This is a charge, by the way, in case you didn't know. This is in fact a charge.
Yeah.
Now,
There was no
swinging the
enough
flail counts as a prepared action. So since you just came within range, he can take that swing, right? That's how that
If
works?
he so desires.
Okay. So... Alright. More dice.
Probably need a pencil, but anyhow.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Jim's character has been slain.
Okay.
He's really a good character.
Marcus, how much HP do you start with?
31.
Okay. Well,
It's on the thing.
you just took... No, we didn't
Oh,
have
right,
the
we didn't have
HPs,
HPs.
right? Okay, so you just took 12 damage. And because it's the first hit he makes, you are poisoned. Actually, no, hold on. I have to actually roll versus your fort to see if you are. Yeah, you are poisoned. 5 poison damage and the save ends. 5, yeah.
Right, but I get to roll at the end of my turn, so my turn's already started.
Yeah, so at the end of your turn, when you're done all your actions.
When you're
But
done.
you take the poison damage at the beginning of your turn, not at the end of your turn by the math.
Yeah.
But you get to the saving
So you-
roll at the end of your turn.
Yeah,
So,
so you
I
get
might just shrug it off at the end of this turn.
Yeah, you might.
Right, yes.
All right. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's wonderful for him. I'm going to be using, let's see. Oh, I don't know. Howling Strike.
Can you use it as part of a charge?
Yep. When charging, you can use this power in place of a melee-based attack. If you are raging, you can move 2 extra squares as part of the charge. In other words, if I'm using that and raging, I can move 12 squares.
Holy crap. What's raging?
It's my daily. I go into a berserker rage because I am a barbarian.
Neat.
He might make me do that, but we'll see. Going to hit. That will be a 16. Sorry, 17 because of +1.
Did you count your charge bonuses?
Yeah, that's +1.
Okay. I thought it was +2.
No, it's +1 to the
Plus
attack.
1 for charge.
They remove the +2 and the -2 defense. It's just +1.
Yeah, so it's +1 now. So it's a grand total of 16
17.
versus 17 versus AC?
Yep.
Okay, so you charge forward, and as you get there, he makes he basically lands a solid flail shot on your like right on your side, and causes you to sort of move sideways a step. You don't feel so good from the shot, and it causes your attack to just narrowly miss and not actually connect with him.
Okay.
Okay, Marzia, you're up.
I'm gonna mock his skills at everything. Viciously.
All right.
It's 19 versus Will.
Oh yeah, you have hit. Well, roll for your. I just want to see.
That's 7 psychic damage.
7 psychic damage.
Yep. And he takes a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the end of my next turn.
Oh, Jim, you had to roll against your poison.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh.
You do not save.
So you said 7 psychic damage.
Yeah, 7 psychic damage as he is demoralized at what a shit job he's doing in life.
Okay, so you see him grab his head with his one free hand, and his eyes sort of close and squint, and he goes, "Arrgh!" And you can tell you've sort of hit a nerve with him, but he doesn't seem phased for terribly long. Gets himself back together and starts swinging that flail again.
Still
Charge
taking a
+2.
-2 penalty.
Is it +2?
Yeah. If you're an orc, it's +4.
If I can get to him. But I can
Okay.
only do a melee basic attack, right? If I charge?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you have an attack that you can use this.
Next up, we have these guys. Actually, I should probably give you guys a description of what you're seeing. Anybody who wants to roll nature may do so to get more information.
10.
5. We're in the woods.
7.
No caring.
22. I give all the fucks today.
My guy's like,
Alright.
nature?
All you guys, the three of you that aren't Riswin, all you know is that
The
there's...
three of you that aren't the awesome dwarf.
Yes, three of you that aren't the awesome dwarf. All you know is that there's a big hulking guy with a flail in the middle, and you don't really care too much what he is. You just know that he's bad news and you're going to hit him.
That's right.
Riswin, you notice that he is also Dragonborn, but he looks much larger than the Dragonborn you guys encountered last time. This guy definitely looks like he's been going to the gym. He's got big, broad shoulders, huge biceps. He towers over pretty much everybody.
He's a
except
gym-bound
for
Dragonborn.
Ruckus. He's almost as tall as Ruckus.
Damn, that's a big.
7 feet tall?
Yes,
Damn.
just to tell you.
Okay. Alright, so
Warforged are big.
you guys have seen taller, but he's pretty big for a Dragonborn. And he's, so the actual name of him, because you rolled well enough, he's a Dragonborn brigand. He's a brute.
He's a brute and a brigand.
And then you guys have noticed the guys back here. They appear to be human or something. And Ali, you look at them and you're just like, bandits.
Bandits.
Stinky,
Every time.
stinky, dirty bandits.
All right.
Why are they all wearing that shirt? Bandits.
Bandit.
So they can tell each other apart.
Bandit.
They're not that smart.
Bandit 1, Bandit 2.
Bandits with bandoliers and...
Yeah. It's so they know they're on the same team and don't accidentally hit each other.
This is true.
They're not smart enough.
At least they're not in the band.
We don't know that,
They might be in a band.
They're big band bandits.
which means we have to kill them extra hard.
We do. I will not tolerate big band.
There. Okay. So those guys moved. They will both prep actions. You see them pull out sort of shoddy-looking maces. Basically, things they're going to try to beat you over the head with.
Did your mom pack you that mace for lunch?
My mother was a saint.
Friggin' mom was a saint.
Don't be talking about Brigham Mama.
And then this thing over here, you guys have seen those before. They're the little bitey drakes from last time.
Oh, they're your friends.
Yeah. And that drake's
Yes.
just going to stay there. So,
Those tiny bandit dicks are back.
Yeah.
Riswin, you're up.
All right.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 away from you.
You can probably get there. You have stupid, crazy dwarf charging powers, don't you?
No, I don't.
Don't you have something that makes you move twice your movement speed to charge to attack them or something?
I thought that was Ruckus.
You do have a ranged one that.
I thought you had
mark.
crazy
I've got
avenging
my
powers.
I got my range. I have to mark them first. But I've
What's
got
your range?
I can also use my encounter to shift 2 squares before my attack.
Yeah, wasn't your marking thing like range 10 anyway?
Yeah, my marking thing is like bonkers.
Yeah, so you could mark them and then
Yeah.
charge at them if you wanted to, and probably I don't know. I don't know enough about Avengers to help you.
Yeah, I'll mark this dude here, I guess, because he's the closest one to me. Even though he's
No,
far
this
away.
guy's closer to you.
Oh, this is okay. It's a dude. Okay, yeah. I'll mark the
That
big.
giant fuck off bag dude.
I wasn't sure if he was a bad dude or a good dude this
The
time.
giant dragonborn dude.
Yeah, I'll mark him because he's evil and dragony. Therefore, he must pay.
Racist.
Yep.
The dwarf.
All
Dwarf and
dwarves
racist.
are- All dwarves are racist.
It gives me extra points. He's 8?
Don't see him.
Exactly.
So she marked that dude.
He's 8, right?
He's 10.
He's 10?
He's 10 away, yeah.
Which means you can mark.
Yeah, I can mark
You
him,
can mark
but
him.
You have a range attack.
You
yeah, I'm gonna have to use my range attack because I'm
You
not.
have like a Banff?
No, I don't.
That's an elf.
I
That's an
have
elf.
a Banff.
I'm a dwarf.
Oh, you're the one.
I'm resilient as hell, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's 10 away.
Yeah, okay.
10 away is in
I thought you
movement
guys
terms.
were Team Banff because I knew that he could do it and one other could do it.
I can Banff as
You
well.
can
yeah.
Banff.
5. I'll move it 5 just so I can get closer.
Well, you moved through a rock there, but yes.
You go around the rock.
Around the rock. And I'll face him.
I
I don't even need to see him!
You're just going to range attack backwards.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
For style.
Yeah.
Style points. And I'm going to use my Radiant Vengeance because I can't actually reach him for melee yet.
What does it do?
Remember, you roll twice.
Yes, because he's marked as
You
true.
get to pick.
I hold up my mug of awesome.
All right.
And hit him with
Light
the
shines
light
down.
of Moradin because Moradin is amazing.
He is.
Yes, so. That's gonna hit. I'm gonna go with that.
A crit.
Alright.
Roll a natural 20.
Nope.
Then
19
19 plus.
plus 4. So,
So your first one was?
She rolled a 19 natural.
yeah.
So
So,
23.
23.
Yeah, 23
And
versus reflex.
that was against the big guy?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
what's damage?
How much damage are you doing to him? Because that definitely hits him.
Damn you, new box. That's exactly what I'm rolling.
6.
10 damage.
Sorry, how much?
10.
Wow.
By the light of
D8 plus 4.
darkness.
Yeah. Oh, and I gained 10 hit points. Plus 4 10 hit points.
That's how awesome.
Okay,
the
so
wolf
you-
bats are.
Damn right.
You hold up your stein of
Yeah.
super awesomeness.
Yes.
And from it blasts an extremely bright, radiant light of craziness that hits him right in the eye and makes him stumble and actually, like, he loses his step, drops to his ass, and his own flail bonks him in the head.
Nice.
He scrambles to get back up.
And your ale is filled, which gives you the 4 temporary hit points that you chugged.
Damn right.
Thanks, Moradin.
That's got to be exactly how that
news.
works.
That's awesome. Yes, I like that. We gotta roll that in. That's how it works.
So,
Cheers.
upon a successful hit, you say a dwarven cheers, and you drink of the newly filled mug.
Awesome. Super awesome.
Clank, you are up.
Yes. So I'm going to use a charge to move 8. 1, 2,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just in range. And since I can't do anything else to attack him. Well, no, I don't actually. I can stop there. Oh, no, that's right. As part of a charge, I have to use
Yeah,
melee
melee
basic.
basic.
But you can also do your ages as a minor.
Yes, I will.
So.
It doesn't matter if I do it before or after. So I'll use a melee basic attack to attack him.
Fair enough.
18.
18 plus. I'm assuming that's
Plus
okay.
more than enough, yes. That's against AC? Yeah, that's more than enough.
Plus
Okay, what do you do for damage on that?
A ranged basic attack.
Melee base.
Or, yeah. I was like, man, that damage sucks.
It's like, if you wanted to arrange, you go ahead, but he gets an attack of opportunity.
I do 7 damage.
7 damage. This guy's taking a bit of a beating here.
And then I will mark him with my
Ages of Assault.
Ages of Assault.
Okay. So for 7 damage, and you hit him
Mark.
with melee basic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just basically
So-
charge up and slash him with my sword.
Yeah, I'm going to say that as he's getting back up, you basically just bear down and shoulder into his chest, knock him back down again, and he's scrambling back up again. Shit.
Careful.
Okay.
You okay?
Let's check if this recording is still good, because I basically
Assaulted the laptop.
Yeah.
It's going.
It's going alright. Okay.
All right. So
Super recording. Go.
amazingly, DM did not kill the laptop.
Hooray!
That laptop used to work. It's normal owners did.
Okay, so the battered and knocked on his ass too many times brute gets back up to his feet and basically cries out "Arrgh!" and screams something in Draconic, which none of you guys
Your
are really
daddy
sure,
hates
but it's
you.
nothing terribly nice. You're fairly sure.
It was his day off.
That's
I'm not even
He's the guard mix of the dragons.
what do we have? Okay, so he is going to.
Realize he still has a -2 to his attack.
He does realize that. Since the flail hurt him in the head, he's just going
That's minus 4
to rear back and use a breath attack against you guys.
So that means that he has to take a 5-foot step if he's going to do that. Or else we get to beat the living shit out of him.
It's win-win.
But he is able to take a 5-foot step. So 5-foot step him backwards. And it's a close blast 3, basically centered on him directly in front. Should get both you guys. I mean, assuming he can do anything. So he rears back and he goes to basically breathe fire forward on you guys. And as he's rearing back, he sucks in a bead. He spits the bee out, but he's not feeling very good at all after that.
Listen, we rolled a 1.
If he lives to get home, he's getting
low
so
enough that
much
it
shit
doesn't
from his
matter.
boss
He's not gonna live.
and made fun of by his comrades, which will no longer be his
We'll
comrades.
call him bee sucker.
I'll make fun of him enough before he dies.
Ruckus, you wanna take a hit at bee sucker there?
He's an old bee sucker.
Meat.
Meat.
Howl of Fury. Yeah, that's going to be a 24.
All right, what's your damage on that?
Plus 7, plus... this includes the target, so him and everyone within 3 of me, that's an enemy. Let me just make sure of that. Each enemy in the blast, other than the target, takes thunder damage equal to your con modifier of 3.
Okay, so that's blast 3, so it's like 3.
No, is it blast or burst?
Blast.
Okay.
So you have to choose the direction.
Yeah. Okay, so
you're actually going to get those 3
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so how much damage are you doing to the not the big guy?
3 to both.
So 3. So big
3 of the
This
humans.
game.
Yeah, and then 7
Nice.
to
1,
big guy.
2. Give me just a quick sec here.
I have to go back to the character creator and change this ability because I thought I was wielding melee weapon in both hands, but it's melee
Two-handed weapon.
200
Yeah.
weapon.
Okay,
So
yeah, that makes
I'll
sense.
just change
Jim,
that.
sorry, how much was to the big guy?
7 to the big guy, 3 to the rest. So I'll just change that. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's going to be another charge ability, but
All
it
right.
wouldn't have changed anything because I can still run 10 without the ability.
So that was some sort of shout thing?
Yep, that's the Howl of Fury.
Howl of Fury.
You strike a hearty blow, then unleash an ear-splitting battle cry. It's primal thunder and weapon.
Primal Thunder Weapon.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so you
Horrible thunder weapon.
you take one very sort of powerful step forward and use that lean in to grab your hammer and give it a big follow through. You whack that big guy in the shoulder and again throw him sort of off his footing. And while you're doing it, you howl out, "Roar!" and you can see the 2 human bandity guys just kind of cowering at the sound of that. They
We forgot, orcs are mean.
Oh no!
He knows.
I knew we forgot something.
Oh god, these guys are real orc. No, and they're crazy as half
You're up.
orcs.
Alright.
You're too drunk now, apparently. Rizwin?
Hooray!
That was some good ale.
Best ale ever.
I'm gonna make fun of him again.
Hi, I'm Marzipan.
Okay, you don't have to play it every time. It's gotta
You
get
don't have to
a
play it
bit
3 times a
fast.
session.
Apparently, I don't mock him very well. 9 versus Will.
9 versus Will.
He is not
on
an
the big
inanimate
guy.
rock.
He points at you and goes,
You are smelly.
This time I don't feel so bad.
Has
yes.
anyone taken any damage so far?
Jim took a
right.
giant
I
mace
forgot.
smash to the face.
I get rid of the poison, but I do take 5 poison damage at the beginning of my turn, so I'm down.
Okay.
I'm bloodied.
Jim's wounded.
Then yes, I will use Majestic Word.
Oh!
You may spend a healing surge
Yay!
and regain additional hit points equal to 4.
Yay! So,
You regain 11 hit points.
I can also slide you 2 squares if you want. But
whoop whoop.
yeah, might as well.
Oh dear!
No, wait, do those trees... there's an empty spot there?
Right through, you can technically be slid through, corners.
Yeah.
Through squares,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You can't stop there, but I
we
can be
slide
slid.
through.
Fair enough.
So
Okay.
that's-
Then... Oh, wait, sorry. are you
I
done?
need to mark down what I've used. But yes, I'm done.
All right. So the bandits...
Have combat advantage on me.
They do that. Actually, okay. So, 5 foot step. 5 foot step. All right. They're going to keep their combat advantage.
Their logic escapes me.
What?
They already had.
They
combat
already
advantage.
had
They're
combat
going to keep their combat advantage, but they're
They're doing a dance.
basically they're
They're
dancing.
circling.
Oh god, they're dance fighting! Don't worry.
Now you know it's serious.
Don't worry. Ruckus just takes his helmet, turns it on backwards, and starts breakdance fighting.
You mean break face fighting?
He's got this.
Yes, there is a difference. Breakdance means you break all the bones of the people you're dancing with, right?
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, that's exactly it. We're on the same page.
I don't understand how that...
That sounds very plausible. Let's go with that.
We'll go with it. Don't contradict the orc.
I'm not gonna tell him he's wrong, are you?
No, just go with it. Everything I
Go with it!
Okay, so the first bandit I'm going to say is the one closest to Allie here.
Okay.
That one takes its rusty mace, swings back, and just plants it in the small of Ruckus's back. It doesn't,
Nice
you know,
drawing.
it doesn't have any spikes on the end or anything. It doesn't, penetrate into you or cause you
Oh,
to
no
bleed.
scars?
No, but it definitely does 8 points of damage,
Okay.
and then it will. These two guys, they move simultaneously, so if they're allowed to shift after their attack, can the other guy attack with combat advantage before this guy shifts? How does that work?
Technically, the way I do it, every different minion has its own
They
initiative.
all have their own turn.
But you could easily just say that, he shifts here, then before his attack, he shifts here and then attacks.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter either way.
So I'm gonna
Because they don't actually act simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One acts first. If he moves, great. Then the next one acts.
Okay.
They don't act simultaneously.
Okay. So this one takes the swing and then moves
He
forward.
He already moves. He can't
Or
move
he-
again.
Yeah.
He was here.
No, his attack says that he can shift after.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he shifts forward. This guy is going to take a 5-foot step. No,
He already moved.
He already moved, and I'm gonna double check if his says he can do it before or after, or just after. Nope. Okay, so he's just gonna do a straight up attack. So that bandit goes, I can do what he did. I can do it better. So he grabs his flail and he goes for the small of your back, and you're just like, nah, that ain't gonna work. You take a step backward, and that guy basically just goes around in a circle, just and spins around
I'll show him how
quite
to
ineffectively.
I'll show him how to spin around.
All right, Jim, could you move that Drake one forward and then one diagonal next to the big guy? Yeah, 1, 2. Actually, now move him put him right beside the gray there. Or no, one forward. Yeah, there we go.
I get to attack him if he does that.
Because he's leaving a square that's threatened by.
Or he could just go 2, 3
Yeah.
if he's
But it's-
rushing through the trees.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because that is it's challenging terrain. It's not impassable
Yeah.
terrain.
Yeah.
It's just trees. Just a bunch of trees.
No, it's
just-
a dumb beast. It's going to do what I said it
Okay.
did. You get your
All right.
attack.
Nope.
He was too fast.
So it skitters forth and attempts to take a bite. So it skitters forth as Jim's swinging at it. It has to move around Jim's swing and doesn't manage to actually connect at all. So, Riswin, you're up.
All right.
Those are difficult terrain. You have to go. Yeah. Now this guy gets to attack you.
That's fine.
Okay, the Drake gets a bite.
Bite of opportunity.
Yeah, okay. As you're moving past him, are you?
Moving right into.
Oh, I see.
She's running between
Okay.
the Warforged legs with her axe like
Yeah, pretty much. Under up.
It nips at your heels for 5 damage.
Okay, 1 damage. 14 hit points. Yeah.
That's a very little bit of a nip.
All right.
So what are you up to?
I am going to bond or pursuit him.
Bonded pursuit.
Yes.
Pretty much if he runs away from you, chase
Then
him.
I can shake him. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
so there. We
You
want
have
to
to
make sure.
22.
Yeah, because he's still my attacky buddy.
I don't think you'll be taking that one. Well, you still miss.
I
but
still miss, but better than a 1. So that is 11 versus AC, so I don't think so.
Plus combat advantage to
Yeah,
13.
so it's-
but
13
Yeah.
versus AC on which one, though?
the
The big guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's not...
Biggie McBiggerton.
And so that was a bonded pursuit?
Bond of pursuit. Yeah, go for it.
Bond,
Pretty much,
bond
yeah.
of pursuit.
Yeah, so pretty much what happens is if he decides to get away from me, I shift after him.
Right, okay, that's the one you were doing last time where you won't get away from me.
Yeah.
yes, unfortunately, the thing that she did that on pretty much went.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you go, you won't get away from me, and in very rusty comedy goes, I don't plan to.
We're like, oh, that's different. I wasn't expecting that at
It's here for the fight. It's not.
you
it's
speak
not
you speak common,
Right.
Poorly, but you speak common.
He's also rusty, bastard.
all. Don't worry. You're the only rusty guy in our party. We'll take him out.
I see your party has no rusty.
all right.
He's right here.
Because it almost fell off the screen. Clank, you're up.
Sadly, my allies have charged in, and I cannot use my AoE power without hitting them.
Is it enemies or creatures?
It's creatures.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So I'm like, yeah, it's probably best I don't do that.
And there's no angle you can.
No, there's like, I mean, I could go here and then blast.
You could also go here and blast.
Yeah,
like that.
and then like, but that would.
You could target here like this.
No, it's blast, so it has to touch my square.
Yeah. So 1, 3, 3. I guess. No.
What's the blast?
Not
The
really.
blast 3.
Yeah, it's blast 3.
So it's
3, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So you get at least the two of them.
Yeah,
But you also get ruckus.
That's at the 1. Then it becomes 2. Then it becomes 3, depending on
No,
which
no.
way
I
you
thought
go.
it was. I thought it was a square of 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a square.
It's a square of 3.
I could hit everyone, but I think that's
You would
probably
prefer
not the
not
best
to.
plan ever.
No.
So no, I'm
You,
gonna.
you could hit like these two,
Yeah, no.
and that's it. Like if you just angled it here.
Does your Aegis still require you to attack them in order for it to stay active?
Nope. It's if they attack someone other than me,
No.
then I can teleport in and start whooping on them. Anyway, Now, when it says enemies adjacent, does that mean any square? Like, with this guy,
Yes,
he's
yes.
adjacent, right? He
Yep.
doesn't have to be
Yes.
literally beside.
Yes.
Nope. In the 8 squares around you.
All right. Well, then I'm going to take a 5-foot step to here
Okay.
and attack him with my green flame blade.
All right.
$13 plus.
20 versus AC.
Nice.
All right. Roll your damage.
1 weapon plus 5.
Yes.
And then happiness.
It doesn't do much.
8.
So he takes 13, and everything adjacent to him, file damage equal to your strength bonus to all enemies adjacent. So it's just 1. But, well, no, he's not a minion, is he?
Yes, he is.
The juvenile drake is a minion, so
well then
it
good.
pops.
Okay.
He takes 1, and then
The
so does he, and so does he.
Yeah.
okay. So
It's a minion popper.
Yep,
Popcorn!
that's what it's for.
okay. So the big guy is not having a good fight. You can tell he is most
He
definitely.
thought we were going to be
bloody.
pushovers.
Yes, he totally did, and you guys totally earned. So, starting over again, it will begin with big guy.
Big G?
Big G and the jerk faces.
All right.
It's the band name.
Okay.
He needs a
So,
better band.
a brute he is, not terribly bright he is, but he's bright enough to know what what that mark on him does. So he
Yes.
is going to attempt to hit Clank in the robotic face with a heavy flail.
My robotic face.
Oh, his robot face.
Robot
It's
face.
beautiful robot face.
Beautiful robot face. He needs that for roboticizing. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Thank you, Dr. Robotnik.
He might actually scrape off some rust.
Oh, no.
Okay, how does it work when it says that this thing can make a bluff check to gain combat
It's
advantage?
just their bluff versus our passive insight.
Oh, versus your passive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is it passive or
It's passive insight
Passive
to be.
Yeah.
combat.
We were not expecting him to bluff.
right?
We're very surprised that he's even trying to bluff in all honesty.
Yeah.
I'm actually a bird! You are?
Didn't think he was smart enough to try that.
It's an erratic maneuver. So basically, he's
Yeah.
trying to deke to make you not expect it, so that he can gain combat advantage. So, and he does. And then he attempts to flail you in the face.
Not the face, is what that kid would say.
To the bluffs.
20 AC.
Okay,
Doink.
so he dekes one way, he dekes the other. You're not quite sure where he's coming from, and right when you don't know what's going on, all of a sudden, flail to the chest. Flail to the chest hits you. Boom! bounces right off your metal chest, and you go, "Hey!"
You might have some rust.
I just buffed that.
Little bits of rust like start showing up. Oh, come
He
on.
looks incredibly surprised that didn't have an effect. He is sitting there, kind of shocked, actually.
Well, poo.
All right, Ruckus, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to use Whirling Frenzy. That is my encounter power. It targets each creature in the burst being everything around me.
Look,
That's everything around you.
That is a shame. So that's going to be technically a 20 against him and an 18 against these two.
20 and... I'm really sure of that.
Versus AC.
Everything I have is AC. Everything.
Yeah, so 20 versus the big guy and 18 versus the cheaply hired bandits?
Yes.
Okay.
Who I assume do not have 18 AC.
No. No, they don't. Roll your damage.
The damage is applied.
It's 2 weapon dice to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, so you roll one supply to all?
Yeah. I thought
I thought it was. I thought you always roll individually.
With AoE attacks, the target you roll one number for everyone, and then it just hits. The damage you roll different for everyone else.
Yeah.
Right. So for your damage roll, you're going to roll
Yes.
the damage each.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm starting with big guy.
Okay.
The highest and the lowest.
You're not
So
brutal or anything
average.
like that? You don't have
Oh, you're right. It is brutal. That's a
There
shame.
you go. Isn't that lovely?
Oh,
There you
look
go.
at that. That would
Next
be 24 damage.
to his face.
24 damage.
To what's
You
left
rolled
of his
that.
face.
Okay. So
I'm not. That's just one hit.
you have multiple.
Yes, it
Go
hits
for
everyone
it.
in the creature.
Well, no.
No. Sorry. I thought you
Not
had
to
multiple
him.
for the big guy. Okay. So that was 24. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, human bandit near alley. I guess that's 1.
Yep, number 1.
Oh, another 1. Darn, this brutal. It's just brutal.
What a
Okay,
shame.
that's 12. So that's 16 damage to number 1 and to number 2. Nope. 15 damage to number 2.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
This is what he's made to do.
Yes, when Jim actually hits, he hits.
Does he have- All right.
It's called Whirling Frenzy. By the way, if I miss any of them, I take 1d6 damage. That's why it's so dangerous.
Oh, if you miss them,
Yeah.
I hurt myself.
Fair enough.
Ah, I hurt myself.
Swing goes wild.
Okay, so what you're gonna do? You take your 2 crag hammers, right?
Yeah.
And you start them back here, and then you basically go with all your might and throw
sweep.
yourself into a momentous swing. And you hit this guy here so hard with your crag hammers that he hits into the big guy, causing the big guy to fall onto his flail, and then roll into this other guy who he knocks over, and the guy goes wild. This guy here is bloodied. This guy here
He's a slain.
is slain.
Took a mace to the
that guy
face.
there is bloodied. So this guy here, took a mace to his own face.
I am a Whirling Slayer, so if I really want to, I can target the reflex. I just didn't want to.
He didn't feel
targeted
it.
reflex.
Did any of them die?
Yes.
Yes.
In
Oh,
fact.
well then, I will then use my Whirling Lunge.
Triggered upon death.
Triggered upon bring someone down to 0 hit points.
Well, he's at -2, so you pass 0 there. So go.
On eeny, meeny, miny, you, 2.
You shift 2 squares.
And then deal 1 weapon damage to an enemy adjacent to you that you can see.
Shift.
You ain't running. Is it you may? No, you
it's-
shift. You must.
Shift,
Okay.
yeah.
So he gets 1 weapon die. I don't even have to roll the 2 attack. It's a hit. And that will be 9 damage.
And damage to bandit 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how much damage was that? 1 turn?
A lot.
Christ. You did 24, 16, 15, and 9.
Could have done better. Could have done better.
Only marginally.
That's a lot of damage.
Pretty solid
Okay.
hits.
Well, that's a pretty good.
That's what Barbarian does. I'm not
see.
raging yet.
Okay.
It's scary when you do.
The guy. Okay. So the guy whose path you blocked, the bandit turns towards you like he didn't expect. Like all of a sudden, this guy came out of nowhere. He was over there. Now he's over. I don't get it. He is so phased that when you hit him in the head with your crag hammer, it sinks. It sinks in. He's not dead, but he wishes he was, or he wishes he were.
The spiky bits are in my skull. Oh.
Yeah. All right, Marzia, go for it.
I think my friends should be flanking this other bandit.
You do like flanking.
I don't think this guy's very happy right now.
Yeah, you can remove the guy off the battlefield to make room there.
Yeah.
Oh, Ali, you get your mark ability back.
Woohoo! I'm going to use Victims of the Feywild.
Victims of the Feywild.
Yeah, Victim of the Feywild.
Uh-oh, that's not
You're
good.
sending him through the Happy Land?
I'm sending you guys to the Happy Land, and he's getting
I
something.
don't want to be the victim of the.
I don't know, I like this plan at all!
You just come back with flowers in your hair? Where did I go just there?
San Francisco.
It's by default, they're flowers.
Aw.
21
I'm so
versus
pretty
Will.
now.
Yeah, okay. Roll damage on that. These guys are bandits. They don't have much will.
10 damage.
10 damage
10
to...
force damage.
10 force damage to which bandit? Point it out.
That guy.
Okay.
1.
And you can teleport 1 or 2 allies within 5 squares of the target, each different squares adjacent to the target.
Dream. Well.
Okay. So... So basically, did you say that you guys are blinking?
They are. I'm basically making them face step.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you make your hit, the two of you phase step, and when you come back, he's just a twisted pile of human bandits.
Well,
on the
now I
ground.
feel useless.
Except you killed him.
Except I killed him.
Oh, did you ever?
And you guys took a trip to my happy place.
I'm used to teleporting.
Yes, but through the phase, you're like, that was kind of different.
That was weird.
It was so happy.
Teleport just goes blink. That one went weird blink.
Ali,
Yes.
just a shot in the dark, but I'm guessing in the gay pink castle.
I'm assuming that's your other campaign.
No.
No, it's from a freaking comic,
Gallows
and oh
humor.
my god, it was funny.
Continue on.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, that was great.
So these guys are actually dead.
Spewing with faggoty rainbows.
Alright.
Yes. Yes.
Damn it, Thanatos. You're an awesome character.
Thanos is amazing.
Okay.
I like the fact that he was the cause of the plague.
Yeah. Okay, so that bandit in front of you, Jim,
Yeah.
he is in bad shape. You've got, spikes at the end of the crank hammer in his head. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to kneecap you, but he is so messed up from this that he's swinging slowly and you just go, step, and the base underneath it goes around and you go, crap. Riswin, you are up.
Just a heads up. Ruckus doesn't take people alive. Just
No, we're used to that.
Is that
we're used to that.
Is that one dude there?
he's on his last leg.
That one dude is the
that
only
if
dude left, and
unleash you on something,
he's
it's
badly
not coming
hurt.
out
He's
alive.
badly hurt.
Unless they're
Well,
driving with spices.
Like you can tell,
There you
he's
go.
got one foot in the grave.
What mushrooms?
He's now my oath guy.
Oh god, no! Why are you doing this?
Because he's the only guy left. I gotta oath something.
Use the ghosts.
Nuke the whales. Nuke the whales.
You don't really believe that, do you? Gotta nuke something.
Do recall, Ali, that whoever is your mark, if another person misses it once per encounter, you can make them re-roll their miss.
I know.
I didn't miss.
It's
I'm
not
just
going to
saying.
get that far.
I probably not. No.
No, at this rate.
You know what? It's an encounter. I'm gonna hit with my encounter.
Go for it.
Finish him. And what does your encounter do for damage?
You focus divine energy through your body to gain uncanny speed as you make your attack.
Oh god.
You flash strike. That was your whole time.
Speed force.
Fucking speed force.
Roll it. You get 2 rolls.
Yep.
I think that would I love this guy.
You might get a 20.
Never know.
Holy crap.
Go 19
Thank god you can roll twice.
plus 6. So yeah, I think that hits.
So
Versus.
paste.
Okay, so you...
Paste.
Well, it's 2 weapon dice plus 4.
12 plus 4.
roll it up.
Paste.
Roll it up.
I think you got this.
I'm fairly sure you got
I'm pretty sure this is overkill.
Considering it's brutal 2 as well.
Yeah.
It's a brutal 1. A brutal 2.
A brutal 2.
That's 11 plus 4.
So 15.
15. Yeah.
even if you weren't swinging with a what was that?
Executioner's axe.
Executioner's axe.
But it says that she swings with like ultra speed
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes.
Even if you weren't swinging with ultra speed, from his perspective,
He's
it looks
lumbering
like
at super
ultra
slow
speed.
speed.
And just before your axe, just as your axe is hitting him in the neck, he goes, dwarven ninja. And his head comes off and it goes flying. We're talking home run style. It just pops off and ends up like.
The best part is he's very accurate. I technically am a dwarven ninja. Fucking acrobatics of 8 on a goddamn dwarf.
And she's knocked it out of the park, ladies and gentlemen.
And she has knocked
And
his
it was
head
wild.
clear out of the park.
Well, all I'm picturing he was pretty much a T-ball because he got nailed into the ground by the crag hammers and then
Quick, boys, band. We need some music.
dun, 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 dun.
Victory.
She's doing the bases of the bodies.
Charge.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, well done, team. You have handily dispatched that other group of bandits. So
Ruckus is going to spit shine, quite literally, his crag hammers of the blood.
Also, you don't feel quite as bad.
Of course not.
Shrug it off.
walk it up, bitch.
Spend a healing surge. +4.
There we go.
It's my last majestic word.
The
literally
dwarves
gets me
waiting
to-
back in the caravan have jaws on the floor and eyes the size of pie plates. They're just like, holy crap.
So, back to my dwarven singing song.
Yeah.
So about that beard stroking.
Yes, ma'am. They look like straight down at the ground. They are looking like they're
They
not
feel
looking
ashamed.
forward ahead.
Ruckus is going to be.
But there's crazy beard stroking going on anyway.
When you're not looking.
Exactly.
Search the bodies. In other words, pick up, shake, drop.
Go for it.
Does anything interesting fall out?
That would be a 22.
You shake the bodies. First, nothing falls out. You shake them harder. Bits fall off. You shake them harder. Couple of coins, and you actually get between the entire group of them. Let me see. I'm gonna say if you add up the entire chunk of silver that they all had on them, they actually had 3 gold worth on them.
How much did we get as payment from the dude for escorting his caravan?
I don't think we've been paid
We
yet.
got
We have-
random
Yeah,
pouch
yeah.
of
Oh, did we
gold.
get paid
He
today?
paid you.
Okay.
He gave you
A sack of coins?
sack of coins.
Okay.
Blank. Distributed this.
Okay, so
I
that,
did the math.
Your walking calculator.
I need a better walking calculator.
now, unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure what is appropriate at your level yet.
Well, then
It's in the loot tables. But
yeah,
Yeah,
just
but I-
figure it out for the loot tables.
Yeah.
Right, I'll let you guys know, but
No message this time.
you guys, between all the shaking that Ruckus did, you guys have actually found a small amount of gold and some items that you can sell but wouldn't terribly use. This battle was actually entirely optional. You guys could have skipped it entirely. You don't find any other notes or any other plot devices or anything like
Well,
that.
I mean, it's obviously related because that dead guy looks like a bigger, badder version of the other guy we
Yes.
fought.
yeah, there,
He didn't have anything.
he didn't. Yeah,
You're starting to
he
have a
doesn't. He
little
doesn't have a note telling him where to go like the other guy did.
He's probably too
and
dumb to
whatnot.
read.
I would bet that absolutely. And the other guys, literally, I took the regular bandit and I made a modified unit called cheaply hired bandit. Okay, so they were kind of dumbed down bandits.
Should have went with legumes. Ruckus is
guys
going to
are
grab the
good.
bodies and toss them into the trees pretty much because why keep them on the side of the road? It's just going to attract attentions. Wolves can eat them over there. He doesn't care.
Fair enough. So yeah, you guys,
Nature will take
I'm
care
keeping
of
track
itself.
of the fact that you guys took this battle and own-faced it.
Yes.
And you are going to get extra loot and XP from having chosen to help the caravans.
Cool.
For,
Nice.
for your altruism, you guys are getting
Go team.
We're
additional. So you're getting 125 XP each.
Hi, I'm Marzipan, and
Please stop.
But your mouse pan.
No, I'm Marzia.
125, you said?
125 XP apiece for having handily dispatched this group of bandits. And for having, altruistically decided to go
That
up.
takes us to 316.
There you go.
We're at 119, weren't we?
191.
191.
And we just got.
So,
125.
Yeah, so that should. Yeah.
316.
316.
191 plus 125. Yeah.
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 Math.
There.
Good.
316.
Okay.
Are you satisfied?
Maybe.
I think Jim's playing too much in character right now.
I need to cook me some drink stew.
All right.
Well, we got more Drake, so
You do have slightly more drink.
Well, it's kind of cooked,
And it's partially cooked because I use my green flame blade to
Yeah.
kill it.
but it's magic fire. It doesn't cook that well.
You never know.
It's edible.
It's never evenly cooked.
it's true. The blast is always concentrated on one side.
You cooked all of the bowels. You didn't cook any of the meat.
Bowels.
But you'd be cleaning them up anyways.
Fried Drake intestines.
Don't knock it.
It's funny. One of the guys at work, Rodolfo,
sausages.
awesome guy, but
Likes eating Drake bowels.
no, because he's from Mexico. In Spanish, V and B are not separate pronunciations. They both are pronounced as B. So one day we were talking about him and how good, how well he had adapted to working in an English environment, and how good his English was basically.
But he's
And
like,
he
I
says,
still have trouble with my bowels.
yes, that is exactly what he said. I still have trouble with my bowels. I'm like, sorry, what?
Well, don't take your pants off. That's considered weird.
Once I explained to him with the two different words, that he turned like 5 shades of red. He's just like, oh, crap. Not what I meant. Poor Rodolfo.
My incontinence is now the talk of the office.
Nice.
All right. So, you guys feel confident that the caravan will make its way the rest of the way to Stewardvale. Just make sure you walk along with it, and you guys actually make it to the Vale, and
Home sweet home.
home sweet home, basically. And those dwarves need a drink after what they saw.
We tell them that they can probably get a discount if they go see Uncle Steve.
Definitely. Gotta send customers to the bar.
If they tell Uncle Steve that we sent them.
We're going there anyway. Why don't we just lead the way for them?
Because I was going to check in with the guards.
Should we go bring some food for Guard Hicks? He's been out there a long time.
We can bring him some drink.
Okay.
We
let's
should
swing by the tavern
Yeah, swing by the
first.
tavern. We'll get like some sausage for him
Yeah.
and some beer.
You just want to give him your sausage.
Give him your sausage.
You just want
Neither of you have sausages.
I ain't cooked it yet.
There you
We're gonna
go.
get breakfast sausage, and then we're gonna get some nice pint of ale. We're like, Guard Hicks, we believe in you, man.
Let's get the gatekeeper drunk. Good plan.
If he gets drunk after one ale, he shouldn't be guarding the gate.
or he's been standing there for 16 hours in the sun, and one just lays him out flat. But,
I believe in his constitution. Here's some coffee and water to offset the
Pretty
ale.
much, yeah.
all right, so
Delicious coffee water.
Watered down.
as you guys make your way
wine
back
and
into
some
town,
coffee.
of course, you have to go all the way around town to get to the south where the gate is. You go past the gate, and sure enough, Lieutenant Hicks is standing there. Looks a little bit better than he did yesterday, and looks like he may have actually been given, 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep.
Ooh, shiny.
Luxury.
Yeah. But he's still like, his boots aren't shined properly because he just can't bring himself to take care of that. And
Why is his
whatnot.
badge on upside down?
Yeah.
So
So he's out about time. So you guys pass by on the first time. You go to the tavern. I'm assuming you guys tell Uncle Steve what happened and bring a couple of amazed dwarves in.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve serves up 2 large steins of the amber mead you guys brought back last week, and tells the rather stunned dwarves that it's on the house the first round,
Ooh.
and that and they're very. I mean, there's nothing a dwarf loves to hear more than ale free. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We've been made aware of this fact.
She gets free booze from the gods.
Damn right.
That was awesome.
Yes.
And then,
Free god booze.
so what are you bringing to Lieutenant Hicks? Are you bringing him cooked Drake from
No,
yesterday?
we'll probably bring like
Whatever
whatever
the morning
special
crew
is.
is cooking.
Yeah, whatever like the
Yeah.
special of the day is type
Of course,
thing.
if
Just
it's
give him
not
a
up to
meal.
Rux's standards.
Whatever they're making.
Ah!
for
Judge
supper.
Zephon.
yeah.
No, by now, Jim,
fired
it's up to
another cook.
Ruckus' standards.
I fired the cook. You threw him out? That's what fired means?
Uh-oh.
Uncle Steve's gonna have my apron.
You guys have been eating fired cook sandwiches for the last 6 months.
How big was that last cook? Was a dwarf.
A lot of meat on a dwarf.
Most of it was in the rum.
So The
Flank steak.
the morning crew has managed to cobble together. We're going to call it lamb surprise. It looks
Surprise, it's not lamb.
It looks
It's
kind of
really
like
lambish.
they attempted to make like pot pies, and instead made kind of balls of wet dough that kind of has lamb bits in it. You taste it and it tastes all right. It passes your test as edible. Doesn't look great and could definitely use some more spice, but yeah, it's edible. It's okay.
They're gonna have a stern talking to when he gets back.
Yep.
Take off the helm, put the ball in, dip the helm in the boiling oil, hold it there for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, pull it out, let it strain through the eye socket things, let it cool, pick it up, going to Dante Hicks.
Good old
So
Lieutenant
you show
Hicks.
up at Lieutenant Hicks's post. As you get there, you go, oh, you guys sure are in and out of here a lot.
We took pity on you and brought you some supper.
That's awesome.
You looked hungry, sir.
Oh,
You did.
I mean, I haven't had a chance to cook in ages. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. So he very thankfully takes the ball of food-like sustenance
Fried
and,
surprise.
and the mug of ale that you guys brought with him, and he eats that ball of deep-fried lamb-ish stuff.
I'm impressed.
The way you would expect a guy to eat it if he, was in a jail cell for a year and had to eat. He just devours it, and then takes a little bit more time with the ale. Hangs out with you guys for a few minutes while he eats and drinks. Do you guys say
Ask
anything
him
to
about his day. If he's seen anything interesting today.
We looked at that report. Was he the one that saw the?
Yeah, it was actually him.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask him about the goings on and that he saw in that sector of the town.
He becomes the chattiest, friendliest guard you have ever seen, and he is more than
spiking his booze.
he is more than willing to tell you all about the ruffians that he saw walking about, and how angry he is that they would even dare to approach the tavern, let alone say anything to Steve, because Steve's such an awesome guy, and he points you in. He gives you such precise directions to where that warehouse is that you could find it blindfolded walking backwards.
Much direction. So wow.
This is why Guard Hicks is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently he has time to do like interior patrols as well as guarding the wall the entire time.
He is
He is that badass.
No, that was his first shift.
Yeah, that's it. He works a double.
He has been working the double shift. The morning shift has been interior patrols. The afternoon shift, because both times you guys came in the afternoon. The afternoon shift, he guards the gate. So he's been working like 16-hour days back to back since the Duke left. And he tells you all about the fact that he's been working these double shifts. He's not even supposed to be here today, and all that kind of stuff. And very, very thankful. So you guys had.
And the fact that Guard Graves is pissing him off to no end.
So yeah,
quick stop. Like
we'll
quick,
head
Dante.
back to
Randall.
to see the guard captain again to report further goings on in his sector.
Shenanigans.
What was that?
Shenanigans.
I was like, it's like Mark was here.
Somebody has to replace this mumbling.
Having trouble with the mug.
A little bit.
It's mug test.
Okay, so
The beer that never spills.
you guys have been having an awesome couple of days.
That's why it's awesome.
You've pretty much dispatched anything that came your way. You all feel on top of the world. You feel like there's not a bad guy that you couldn't behead
It's been a good
in
day.
Biswin's case.
Clobber.
Behead, clobber,
Demean.
slice with demean, slice with magical green fire.
She's like, I mock all the mothers.
All y'all bitches.
Yeah, you guys are having a grand old time. So you make your way up to the guard office. and the captain, deputy captain, is there, and he sees you guys again. And he's like, "I'm sorry, guys. I don't have time for you. I've said before, we're very, very busy."
We took care of it.
Just took care of it.
We're awesome.
What is it that you took care of?
Bunch of bandits on the road.
More Dragonborn.
They attacked the caravan.
This one was bigger and stronger than the last one, but stupider. Not big enough, not strong enough. But they did attempt to ambush the caravan from the Thogold Mining Company, and we
fixed their wagon.
fixed their wagon. We fixed our wagon, and then
we head back to town.
And on the way, we fixed some more wagons. That's how we roll. And the wagons after we fix them.
The deputy captain actually seems quite impressed after what you brought in here yesterday and what you brought in here today. And he, trusts you guys implicitly because he trusts Uncle Steve implicitly. You get the idea that him and Uncle Steve have, at the very least, a decent friendship. You know what I mean? Like the deputy captain comes in. You see him come into the tavern all the time, and he basically sits at the bar drinking mug after mug of ale, talking to Uncle Steve. Less so lately because he's been so bloody busy. But normally, anyway. So he trusts you guys implicitly and doesn't question the fact that you guys aren't just coming in here going, "Hey, guess what? We solved some bandits for you." He actually does believe it, and he softens up a bit, and he gives you guys a very sincere, "Well, thank you. That's 2 more things that I don't have to worry about."
About to be 3.
And that means a lot to us. So he reaches down into his desk and he pulls out
the key to the city.
Not quite.
A shiny new penny. Get yourselves some candy, kids.
I'm gonna get me some chewing gum. I just runs off. I'm just as happiest orc ever. Like,
I want a bouncy ball.
Okay. Clank, he's going to present you with a small bag of coins and a ceremonial guard dagger.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, it isn't anything that really, has... It's not any better than a regular dagger for attacking or for what daggers are good for, but it is definitely ornate and interesting looking and
Whitman
shiny.
dagger.
And because you came to him yesterday and you're reporting this again, he's giving you the dagger.
Fancy. I will add a dagger.
Yes. Ceremonial dagger.
Fancy dagger.
GM Cat has returned, it seems.
Yes, GM Cat has asserted his GM.
GM Cat strikes again.
So we've got that. Gold coins.
I don't think there's actually a ceremonial dagger.
There might be.
There's enough adventures that there could be.
Nope.
Regular dagger.
Dagger.
Note. Fancy.
Incendiary dagger.
Dagger boots. Is there not just a dagger?
Yes, there is just a
I'll
plain
custom
dagger.
create one for you. Okay, so seeing as it's almost 9 o'clock, I'm saying that we should probably wrap there. You guys, I assume you head back to the tavern, or
Well, the choice is either go and fight the warehouse, or go back to Steve, relocate, and then go and fight the warehouse. I mean,
we also didn't actually have a chance to thoroughly search the farmhouse.
No, we also had
there
a pretty
was some
big
sort of
game.
like magical energy that we were like, well, there are more important things to do. Or was the magical energy was just the ritual?
it was the ritual circle
Okay.
and the burnt out candles, and that's where
Okay.
the Arcana was coming from. You guys have thoroughly searches, but
Okay.
you rolled like a 22 or something. You guys are very sure that
We
there's nothing else
feel like
there.
it's covered.
Yeah, you guys are sure that that's coming.
So yeah, it's either go to Uncle Steve or go and deal with the warehouse.
Yeah, if you guys say that you go and deal with the warehouse, we'll just pick it up next time with you guys leaving the guard tower or guard station and heading towards the warehouse. Now that you know exactly where it is, thanks to Lieutenant Dix.
This is awesome.
Oh, Lieutenant Hicks.
Yep.
Ruckus's vote is to go and bash some skulls.
You always want to bash skulls. This time I'm on your side.
We don't actually have any evidence that they've actually done anything.
But we know
so
exactly
far.
where they went, which means that we can at least check it out.
We can check it out.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
How late in the day is it? at this point. Because we've
You
been,
went up, you came back.
if it's half a day,
Yeah, it's
You can lay 2 legs on the
Mines
fine
and
valley.
then-
Yeah,
half a day
actually,
back.
you
Yeah,
guys,
it's
you
probably
guys come
really
back.
late.
You guys can, you can take the day and head
Yeah.
out the next day.
in the morning.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll probably catch some sleep at this point then,
Yeah.
because I mean, at this point, it must be like bloody close to.
Yeah, it's
We can
getting-
go ask some questions in the morning.
No. You're gonna get Riswin to axe some questions.
Ask some questions.
That is.
Baylor.
So the choice is to rest, or are we going for the warehouse?
Well,
rest.
it's like 11.
Oh.
Right.
It's late at
Yeah.
night.
It took half a day to go both ways.
I forgot the fact that it took you guys half a day to
Yeah.
get to the mines.
Yeah, so we're probably taking a break. Try to get some sleep.
It's probably pretty late. Plus, we investigated the farmhouse early in the morning.
Yeah. That means we missed our shift.
We did. We knew that was the risk.
Yeah, Uncle Steve told you right at the beginning that they could.
Either way, that means that all the healing surges are back, dailies are restored, etc., etc. We want to go around the table again.
Yeah.
All right, Rizwin.
Thoughts on today's campaign?
I like pie.
It was a good time. A little overkill on the last one, but it was a good time.
Overkill is what makes this game
Hilarious.
fun.
Yeah,
that-
I like the fact that we've now put in that whenever I pray to my God with that ability, it fills my
Fills your
time.
mug and you take a drink and that's
That's
where your
awesome.
temporary hit points
Yeah.
come from. Yeah, and it makes so much sense too. Marzio, what do you think?
It's fun. There was much mockery.
Blankety.
I liked it. We just kicked some ass and met
Took
some
some
people.
names.
Yeah,
I like it.
More people.
Yeah.
Add some names to the list
Added
of
to
the
our-
dead.
Ruckus.
We get to like the envelope, the
we got-
certain list of the guys we've killed.
There was a little rep plus.
That's it. I like that we're gaining. Like we've just been in this town, sort of been sitting around quietly, and then they're like, "Oh, you guys again! Look, we don't have time to patrol the docks for your crazy bandit rebellion or whatever."
We did that for you guys
this week.
We did that shit. Like, what else have
we
you
took
got?
care of it, dude.
Thanks for the ceremonial dagger of awesome. Is this dagger like specifically of like the duchy kind of thing? Is that
Yes,
It
it is-
has
it
a
is- it is
specific meaning. Like if I was like, I am an emissary. Check out my dagger.
It would, yeah,
I am a friend
that
of
dagger is pretty much only given to like members of the guard that do things of note.
Okay. So if you were to like
It
go
would be the
before
kind
the
of- it
duke
would
and
be
be
the kind of
like,
thing. It would be the kind
I'm
of
on
thing-
your side. Here's this dagger to show you. Like,
We made friends. Good captain of the guards.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that the guards would carry on like ceremonial march.
okay.
So it may not even actually be sharpened. You know what I mean?
It's pretty.
It's in
It's
a little scabbard or whatever. It's meant to be on a belt.
It's not sharpened. Ruckus takes it.
Grinds the inscription off of it.
Why would you do that? Why would you keep a dull knife?
The
Get a
orc
point.
has a point, sir.
It's a point.
Yeah. So by next week, my main thing is to have loot for you guys, because you've done a great job of actually,
We have to count up all that gold.
yeah, you've been getting coins left, right, and center, and,
Yep.
and other fancy things.
Yeah, it's basically divided. You divide the loot into 10 packages, and then some packages may be just gold. Some packages may have items.
Yeah.
Some may not. Like you don't have to hand them all out at the start, basically.
Nope.
But you can. I'm not saying I would be against that.
Well, I'm sort of looking at it from a practical point of view. From that first encounter, you got the razor claw staff, which I still haven't rolled stats on and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know who's going to.
None of us
Well,
use staves anyway.
Next
Well,
time,
it's more of a slashing weapon actually.
while
it's
we're
called
in the
a staff,
warehouse
but
district, we can
the way
make
he
a
was
shopping spree.
he was using it in place of a sword.
Okay.
Because basically the claws at the end are razor sharp, and he's swinging with it.
I see.
So,
So it's like a one-handed sword or a two-handed sword or what?
yeah, I'll figure that out and let you know. So you guys got the razor claw staff and whatever shiny they had on them, and then I actually looked down here the different places you guys got stuff. So yeah, first bandit, loot, razor claw staff. Second set of bandits, loot and weapons to sell, so it's just going to be like their rusty-ass maces and things like
Yeah.
that. They weren't very well equipped. Thogold gave you a sack of coins that were for protecting his caravan, and the deputy captain gave you guys coins and the ceremonial dagger. And I'll probably at this point, you guys haven't found super magical weapon number 1 yet, but that'll come before you guys level for sure.
And we're going to end it there. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
See you next week.